And audio. It's weird streaming this on a different day.
That too. That's also very abnormal.
And also, during the daytime.
Yeah, well.
Baz and I should be watching anime right now.
I was about to say, is this anime or recording time, typically?
This is lunchtime stroke anime. I think at the moment we would be probably in Urusei Yatsura right about now.
And he's at theater place?
Yes,
today?
he is at the theater today. As his parents are off visiting their granddog and therefore not using their season tickets.
So it was probably 1,000,006,000 calories, but Stuffed Burger Place's pasta place now has stuffed chocolate cakes that are stuffed with peanut butter cups.
Interesting.
It was delicious. Borderline too sweet for me, though.
I discovered this morning that taking shrimp bisque and mixing it in with the eggs to make omelets.
That sounds horrible.
No, it works super well, actually.
That sounds absolutely awful. I'm sure it was fine, but...
Killer.
But it just sounds... Bio! Hi!
Yeah, that was lucky for you. We are going to have a slight delay before we get to those, though. Mostly because I was in the middle of doing some farming when Willow got here. So I'm going to kick us over to that.
Question for you, Bio, though. How badly did you panic during the Dokapon stream?
Well, if he was already done on Tuesday night, then it wasn't...
when you and I were discussing the possibility of a Saturday stream instead of Sunday. Just because he had the memes done doesn't necessarily mean he felt like he was happy enough or ready enough with them to put them out.
Hey, this is interesting.
Oh. Yeah. Why is it doing that?
I don't know, but it's not capturing the thing. Okay, I think we've had this happen before, and at that point I just kind of had to close and reopen OBS, and that fixed it, but... Yeah, capture from that, yes. Okay. I mean, there was an OBS update, but... Alright. I'm gonna close and reopen OBS real quick, so it's gonna break the stream, but it'll be back. Yep, there we go. Just had to close and reopen. Everything's fine. Stupid.
It's not a stream if something doesn't go wrong.
Yeah. Scuff is part of it.
Alright, we have to do that map today. Really looking forward to that.
Mind if we pair up? We'll show them.
What sword are you using to
It ends here.
You look like it's like some sort.
So this is defeat.
Why is Violet using a... What is that, 11 sword?
Yeah, because it's plus 100.
I can't say I like how this is unfolding.
And it's like the second strongest sword I have.
Bio says, I panicked, yes, but mostly because I was worried I might not wake up on time if the stream was too early. I even woke myself up a good hour and a half earlier than I usually do on weekends. I also tried to sleep earlier than I normally would, but that wasn't really happening because one of my cats said no.
All would be lost
Fair.
if I were to die here.
I mean, that's why I was like, that's why like Thursday I was talking about 1 o'clock. I was like, that's usually safe-ish for around the time I
Learn your place.
Yeah, Inu was telling me your usual sleep pattern seems to be
from
about midnight, sorry, what did you say, 5 a.m.
5 in the morning
to noon 30?
Noon 30, 1:30, something like that.
typically wake up at around 1:30 on
Accept
weekends.
the gifts you're given.
Well, we set it for
This is
2:30
all
just
my fault.
as a safety precaution. And also because I had stuff I wanted to do in my morning.
This
Namely playing more
will make a
Hogwarts
fine
Legacy.
stage for my
I thought you were
debut.
gonna be unpacking boxes or whatever.
I did unpack boxes, but my reward for unpacking several boxes is a piece of chocolate and being able to play
Just
computer
as I
games.
thought.
I've been turned around.
I
Where
know
the
we can
fuck
count
am I?
on you.
I don't know.
I gotta smash this. Gimme. Not you. Come here. Get below me.
No holding back.
These poor suckers are just getting brutalized. Bye now.
We managed to hold fast. I can finally relax.
Hey, S rank. Nice. Considering I'm running a level 74 carry and everybody else is in the 50s except for Annie, who doesn't count because she doesn't do damage.
Yeah.
Somebody leveled up. Oh, I guess it was Violet.
There's still room for improvement.
Strength, speed, luck, res.
I feel like I've taken hold of something. I'll put this to...
So, in case anyone is curious, whatever stream exists tomorrow night is literally just going to be me doing exactly what I was just doing, repeatedly. It's gonna be the whole stream. Is that one map?
Let's see. Bio says, since we have a bit of free time for the moment, I would like to take time to mention how much I fucking hate Lorenz's time skip portrait.
I mean, Lawrence in general, to be fair.
Yeah.
So here, box to title. Get into the menu.
Memes.
Yeah, 1 second. Gotta get to this. Are we done with Shez yet? I don't think so.
I think we were done with Shez. I think we'd moved on to doing Dimitri supports, maybe? Bio will correct me.
I should have looked it up, but
His pre-time skip portrait is fine, but for some fucking reason his post-time skip portrait is drawn from a completely front-facing angle. Why do I get the feeling that that means he plays a role in the memes this week? The fact that you're upset about this likely means.
oh hey, Nagatoro season 2 episode 9 dropped like 3 minutes ago. Good to know. Exactly. 2 other people with front-facing portraits, one being Flame, who still looks fine, and Violet because she is or was the main character. Huh, yeah, that is kind of weird. It because Lawrence Hellman Gloucester is too important to ever be looking away from the camera.
Screw him. I really, like... I really vehemently don't like him. Like, there are a lot of characters in Fire Emblem that I'm just kind of apathetic to, but in this particular case, like, I actively dislike Lawrence. Bio says they didn't even give Shez a front-facing portrait, despite her being the new main character. Probably because they knew how weird those looked.
I don't know what you're talking about. Shez is not the main character. Byleth is clearly still the main character.
By the way, Bio, be prepared to get frustrated with the fact that though Byleth has A supports with everybody that's not Rhea and Sothis and Arval, she doesn't really have support conversations.
Her only conversations are a B support and an A support with Shez and Gerald. That's it. Those are all of her conversations.
Which basically means, from a narrative standpoint, our Byleth joins up with the military and then spends the entire time pouting about Shez being in charge. Refuses to talk to anybody because they're not the one in charge.
No, she just becomes like the shadow leader. She's actually running everything from behind the scenes without Shez even realizing it. Like, she just made... At that point, she just makes Shez part of the class. Like, congratulations, you're a blue lion now.
I disagree.
I already was.
Because, one, Shez has already been a blue lion for literal years at this point, but...
Violet doesn't... Violet is not of that opinion.
But also, because our Byleth was way too lazy to actually be in charge of things, she kept putting all her duties and responsibilities on Zenith.
Yeah.
Suddenly making her actively invested in things would be super out of character for our Byleth.
No, she's suddenly very actively invested in making Zenith do all the work in the background. It shows up like, Zenith, I am your archbishop. You will do what I say.
Even though Rhea's still perfectly fine.
Prove it.
Let's see. But because they just refused the base skeletons of everyone's house's time skip portraits, Lorenz still has that same awkward as fuck angle for his. Yes, but for combat things, she always took full control over everyone and micromanaged the shit out of their equipment.
Yep.
I'm not sure I agree with that statement. She eventually stopped caring about, Ingrid just taking all of the lances.
Well, no, she kept handing them to Ingrid. Because Ingrid's bloodlust was useful. It is shocking how good Claude actually is at this. Hey, you sure you're up to this, Dimitri? I know it's been a few months, but you only finished recovering just a few days ago. Jez is right, Your Majesty. If you would all think you aren't feeling well, then we can postpone this meeting for another time. I greatly appreciate the concern you both have towards me, but I'll be fine. Besides, at the rate things have been going since Aryan Road, it won't be long now before Edelgard tears both the Empire and everything else in Fodland to pieces. So putting this meeting off isn't an option. Ah, there you are, King Dimitri. It is truly fortunate to once again see you in good health after what took place 5 months ago. Yes, it's nothing short of a miracle that you are still able to stand before us like this after what happened on that day. I'm glad to see you are well once more, King Dimitri. You have my thanks, Lady Rhea, and you as well, Zenith. Though there will be time for sentiments such as those later. For now there is much we must discuss regarding what we know of the current state of Adrestia, and those who've been pulling the strings behind it. Lots of skipped exposition later. I see, so Lord Arundel is in league with them as well. That would seem to be the case. At least insofar as it being what Edelgard had informed us of herself before she originally left for Adrestia. Yes, he had always been such a pious man until he seemingly just changed one day out of nowhere. Not really sure how I didn't pick up on that. So he suddenly changed his mannerisms as well, just like Tomas and Cornelia. I find it difficult to take Edelgard's word on what happened to Arundel at face value, but everything would begin to fit into place if... Yeah, hey, hate to interrupt, but I gotta ask, did we really all need to meet up somewhere this cold? Ah, I see you finally made it, Claude. It's good to see you again. Hey there, Dimitri. Rhea, how's it been? That is Lady Rhea, Claude. Yeah, good to see you too, Seth. Flame, been doing our... Oh, forgot Flame wasn't here. It's like, Flame! Been doing alright? No, she's not here. Flame been doing alright? Yes, she has. I appreciate you having asked. No problem. Now, can't say I know much about, whatever that secret organization stuff you were just talking about was, so how about we move on to the part where we figure out how to deal with Edelgard before she sets all of Fodlan on fire. I believe Claude is correct. For as important as it is to find out more regarding the group at play behind the scenes, stopping the Empire before it does more damage to Fodlan should be our top priority. Not that doing so would be an easy task, given how vastly their numbers outweigh ours. See, I actually have something in mind for that. Given how Adrestia is going to inevitably end up hitting Alliance territory soon as well, what do you all think about pooling our resources a bit? Work together to put a stop to this mess? I'm incredibly grateful to hear you suggest that, Claude. Our soldiers might be hardened by the many battles they've fought, but they are still small in number compared to the Empire's troops. So with your own forces in play as well, our odds of victory would be much higher. That is certainly going to be immensely helpful to us, but even with our combined forces, that still doesn't answer the question of how we even reach Edelgard with them, seeing as we have the whole of Adrestia between us and Enbar. That is a good point. Got it. If the problem is that their army's in the way, then all we gotta do is split them down the middle, right? Well, in that case, I think I know a way to do it. All we gotta do is capture a certain stronghold of theirs, and that should be enough to shake a path loose for us. Care to guess which one I mean? You are speaking of... Garrick Mach. Yeah, you got it. Though, I can't say it'd be the easiest thing in the world to pull off. We'd basically need to hit him from both the east and west at the same time to even have a chance at managing it. It is true. Garrick Mach is a place most sacred to us, so retaking it would give a massive boost to morale as well as drastically lowering Adrestia's sway in Fodlan. And I would finally be able to get back to the stuff I left in my room. Though, if I may make a suggestion, I would recommend going by way of ALL. The Valley of Torment? That's some good thinking there, Rhea. Can't say I much like the idea of going through a volcano, but they definitely wouldn't expect that one, so... What do you say, Dimitri? I'll even let you bring along some of my own people for the extra manpower. There's no need to convince me. If you say we have a chance to retake the monastery, then we will. The Empire has taken much from us during this war, but Garrick Mach, the place we once called home, will not remain one of them. Home? I mean, the place was pretty nice, but it kind of feels like a bit much to me. Yeah, well, you're not having, weird alternate timeline flashbacks constantly, Claude, so... Once again, brought together by the whims of fate. So, Claude said he was lending us some extra manpower to help with the upcoming mission, right? Did he tell you who he was planning to send? Unfortunately, no. He said it would ruin the surprise if he had. Yeah, that definitely sounds like him, alright. Hey, who do you think it's gonna be then? If there was anyone I'd pick, Raphael and Leonie would both be good to have around. No, absolutely not Leonie. Whoa, that was kind of harsh. Don't you think? Do you have something against her or something? I mean, she always seemed pretty reliable whenever I talked to her back in the day. It's just a feeling I have is all. But as long as Claude sends anyone but her, I won't have an issue with his choices. Well, I guess it would also be problematic if he sent... Salutations, King Dimitri. You shall be happy to know that your wait and troubles have finally come to an end, for I have now arrived. Lawrence, it's such a pleasure to see you again. Why, thank you. The pleasure truly is all yours. Not many are fortunate enough to be chosen to receive my assistance, after all. Is it just you that's here, or... Oh my, no. Claude sent me and several others to serve as my backup, though I believe Raphael said he needed to find something warm to eat because of how cold it is here, and Ignatz wandered off in search of someone the moment we arrived. So it's just the four of you, then? Correct. Claude had originally been considering sending Lysithea along, though he reconsidered once I volunteered, surely because he knew I would be more suited to tipping the scales here.
No mention of the fact that Marianne came with? That seems unlike you, Bio.
We're getting to it, I think. How much would you want to bet Claude only swapped Lawrence in so he wouldn't have to deal with him anymore? It certainly sounds like the case to me. Unfortunate, since I'd been quite looking forward to working together with Lysithea. Really? Why's that? I don't remember you talking with her that much at the academy. I'm honestly not sure. What are you both talking about? Anyway, Lawrence, you had said there were four of you, but you had only mentioned yourself, Ignatz, and Raphael, so who else was it that Claude... Hello to you both. I'm terribly sorry to be late to the meeting like this, but I'd been busy trying to find where the others wandered off to. Dimitri? What's with the face? I genuinely don't think I've ever seen you look so shocked before. And that's saying a lot with the kind of things we've seen. It's nothing. My apologies. That was most rude of me just now. You are Marianne, correct? Huh? Did he actually stutter just now? I'm surprised you were able to remember someone like me with how little we talked with one another in Garreg Mach, King Dimitri. King Dimitri? Shez, I hate to burden you like this, but could you take over the conversation for a moment? I suddenly don't feel as though I'm up to this myself. Sure, I guess. Alright, so I guess we need to figure out where we're deploying you all, don't we? It would be nice to have some extra help in our main forces, but the Southern Front could also use some heavier hitters, so... I would prefer for them to be on the front lines. With us. I guess you guys will be staying along the front with us. Aha! I knew you were in need of my aid. Do not worry now that I am here to bolster your forces. This war is already over. Come along, Marianne. We should inform the others right away. Very well. Marianne, could you please wait for a moment? Was there something you needed of me? It's just good to see you after all this time. I'm glad that you seem to be doing well. I thank you for your show of kindness, but your words are just wasted on someone as undeserving of them as me, King Dimitri. Dimitri, what was that just now? As soon as Marianne walked over here, it was like you just fell apart all of a sudden. I've known you for years now, and I've never once seen you act like that before. She seemed so sad. Sorry, I couldn't really hear you. What was... Wait, are you blushing? I haven't seen you do that since... Well, ever, actually. Are you alright? You didn't get sick or something, did you? I'm fine, Shez. I'm certainly not ill, so perhaps I'm just flustered from overworking myself with all that paperwork last night. Yes, that must be it. Okay, then. Guess you'd know better than anyone how you're feeling, so just, I don't know, try and get some rest when you get the chance, alright? I don't want to have to do and feel like start worrying over you again when you've only just finished recovering after all. Yes, I suppose you're right. I would know better than anyone how I'm feeling. If that's true, then just what was that I felt earlier?
So Bio was immediately frustrated with me for mentioning him not mentioning Marianne.
Yeah, no
to
shit.
quote Bio, who the hell do you think I am, Willow?
How dare you?
Which he then followed up by saying, I know the game doesn't think she's relevant in any way whatsoever on this route, but that sure as hell isn't gonna stop me from trying.
And finally, a sudden change of plans. Alright, seems that everything here is in good condition for the upcoming mission. Now I just need to check the rations and... Shez, are you
Bio
in
says
here?
not finally.
Oh, not? Was there another one that came in after? There was. I waited for a few minutes to see if there was another one coming in before I started, but then you bamboozled me. It was finally when I last looked, Bio.
Bio says the last one just took a while to go through.
Ah. Okay. Pen finally. No, not my... I don't need my engage notes at the moment. It's not helpful. Oh, good. I finally found you. Oh, hey, Mercy. You need something? I've been looking for you since hearing about the deployment orders Dimitri gave earlier today. I have my equipment packed away, so I'm ready to move out when you are. Oh, right, about that. Is something the matter? It genuinely slipped my mind earlier, but I'm actually planning to bring... hello, Shez. I was told this is where you would be. Oh, why, hello there, Marianne. It is wonderful to see you again after all this time. Hello, Mercedes. What brings you to the armory like this? Were you also chosen to go on this mission as well? She's coming with me as my adjutant, actually. It's what I was about to tell you before. Oh, my apologies. I had assumed you'd plan to bring me along with you, since you're usually rather insistent about that. What's caused you to change your mind, Shez? Maybe it would be better if I left for now. Oh, no, you're fine, Marianne. Really, it's just... After what happened with Aryan Road a few months ago, I kind of realized that maybe it's not always the best idea to bring along our only medical officer into battle with me just because I get tired quickly when she should probably be helping to take care of our injured troops instead. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, we'll still need you out there to run the field infirmary, but you at least won't have to worry about combat unless worse comes to worse. Very well then. In any case, my medical equipment is still ready to be deployed once everyone is ready. I am still new to the camp here, so where is it that I need to go to meet up with the others before setting out on a mission? Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Marianne. I really should have given you the rundown on these things when you and the others first got here the other day. I got some stuff to talk with Mercy about before we leave, so for now, how about you go find Flane and she'll help you out. She's usually in the cafeteria before we ship out. Flane is also going? Alright then, I'll go find her right away. You had something you wanted to speak to me about? Yeah, just try to keep your voice down, okay? I was being honest earlier about the reason I gave for not partnering with you like usual, but just between you and me, Dimitri was also kind of weirdly insistent that I bring Marianne along with me. Something about helping her feel more welcomed into the group, I think he said. That certainly is rather odd of him. Dimitri isn't usually one to be so forceful about those types of things, since he prefers for them to work out naturally. Yeah, I know. Ever since Marianne showed up with the others from Claude's group, it's like Dimitri just felt kind of off whenever he's had to interact with her. How strange. From what I recall, the two barely knew one another during our time spent in the monastery, so I don't see why Dimitri would suddenly be acting in such a way. Do you have any idea why he's behaving like this, Shez? Yeah, not a clue, no. And what's more, I also don't think Dimitri himself does either. He tried to hide it like he usually does whenever someone asks if he's alright, but even I could tell he seemed confused over this when I tried talking to him about it before. I wonder what could possibly be going on with him. Yeah, I don't have the slightest idea, and that's what worries me. This doesn't at all feel like how Dimitri would normally act, yet, for some reason, it also doesn't feel surprising to me at all. Why is that? And actually, finally, the most difficult skill of all to master. Sorry about that, Marianne. I could have sworn Flame would have been in the cafeteria around now. By the way, are you sure you're good carrying that big axe around? It seems a bit heavy for you. It's nice of you to be considerate, but I have been using axes like this since my time in Garrick Mox, so there's no need to worry over it. Really? Huh. I honestly would have figured you'd be more the magic type than... My searching has finally paid off. I have found you at last. Hello, Shez, and it is good to see you once again, Marianne. Hello, Flane. Huh. Well, don't you seem excited today. What's got you so riled up like this, Flane? It is having those from the Golden Deer join us. With so many of the others from Garrick Mock gathered here, I cannot help but be reminded of the time I spent alongside everyone as a member of the Blue Lions. What? You weren't in the Blue Lions, Flane. I was not? No, Seta didn't really like you getting close to anyone, so he wouldn't let you join any of the houses, remember? Oh, that is correct. But then, why do I... anyways, you sure you're up to coming along with us, Flane? I know you like helping out, but it has been around half a year now since you last saw any combat, so... That topic is the reason I had been searching for you, Shez. I am aware I have not been in much combat since the time we attempted to defend Aryan Road, but I have since been taking lessons with Lady Rhea. Albeit in secret, as my brother does not approve of her teaching methods. So, I will still be capable of defending myself, and I would like nothing more than to help reclaim our lost home. So if you would please allow me to continue lending my aid in the battle ahead. Well, and when you say it like that, I don't have any problems with you coming along, Flame. Besides, if Lady Rhea herself was teaching you magic, then I'm sure you're more than good to go. Yes, magic. That is most certainly what she had taught me. Sometime later, during the next mission. Really? A kid? They actually said to Kid to fight us. Does that seem kind of messed up to you too, or... Well, I guess it's not like they're paying us to not punch kids, so... The fuck, Jim? Oh no, enemy brawlers. If they were to reach their optimal range, then I would have no chance to conjure my spells with how fast their blows would be. This is no time to worry. All I must do... Wait, did her text color change?
Yes.
Why? I thought that was Rhea's text. That's Rhea's text color. Hold on. I'm confused. My brain...
Bio says it's in bold.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
This is no time to worry. All I must do is remember what I have learned from Lady Rhea, and this should not be an issue.
All right. Are you prepared, Flame?
I believe so, but are you positive this manner of teaching is the most efficient way, Lady Rhea?
You are the one who snuck off to ask if I could teach you how to better handle yourself in a fight after Sedith said that I couldn't. So I would appreciate you not questioning my methods, Flame.
My apologies.
Good. Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to take a swing at you, okay? And when that happens, all you need to remember to do is punch. Ow, how rude. Flame, you know you're supposed to dodge those, right?
Oh, that was what Lady Rhea had told... Ow!
Oh, come on. Did you really have to hit her again, Jim? Maybe she was actually rustier than I thought. Shouldn't we go help her?
Flame doesn't really seem like the type who's suited to these sorts of things.
No, don't worry, Marianne. She just needs a minute to get back into the swing of things is all.
And besides, did no one ever teach you that it is impolite to interrupt others while they are speaking? Oh my heavens.
I'm pretty sure she's got it handled.
I had no idea that Flame was capable of something so...
Overkill?
I had not wanted to say it in such a way, but
I've reviewed that either. You wouldn't really think it from looking at her, but Flame is actually packing a lot of power behind that small appearance of hers.
how did she even learn to do something like that?
Yeah, nobody's really sure on that, to be honest. Not even Flame, but once something ticks her off enough, she isn't one to hold herself back. And nobody's really sure where she picked that up either.
So Bio says, so as far as the events the game itself gave us, there wasn't really a lot I felt I could use from this week. So for the second 2 images, I made some bullshit up loosely based off some of the jokes. He also said Flame's text looks really different when it's bolded.
Yeah, it does. It looks shockingly like Rhea's text.
Yeah.
Like, shockingly like Rhea's. Because I'm looking between Flames and Rhea, or Flames and Bold Flame, and I'm like, that's Rhea, right? It's definitely not the same text. And then I'm looking at Rhea's text in the panel beneath it, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely the same text. Hold on, what's happening? I'm confused. Alright. Back over here.
So where did we leave off on supports?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't have the slightest idea. Like, last week I checked in advance.
I think we were doing Dimitri's supports. I think we were doing Dimitri's bees.
Had we finished all of Shez's bees? I mean, maybe. We did. We started at Ingrid. Oh, but we have to start with Shez now because we have all of the Golden Deer people.
Oh, that's true. We do.
So we do
also,
have
Bio
more...
says, by the way, since Willow didn't mention any of the stuff I brought up during the first image, the background using during the meeting portion was actually the room from Ilya's house.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so yes, we have the Golden Deer people we need to think about now. So that's Marianne, Lorenz, Ignatz, and Raphael, right?
Yes. We did Yuri. We haven't gotten Balthus yet. He's coming.
You're on Malchaz, by the way.
Oh, yeah. We've not done Shamir yet, either.
I thought we did Shamir's C last week.
Have we done Catherine? We have Catherine now, right?
I'm not sure we do.
I'm pretty sure we were... Yeah, maybe not. Okay.
Bio says yes, we did Shamir.
Well, let's assume we don't have Catherine yet. We do need to do Raphael. This doesn't have any Lawrence supports.
Maybe just not on this route. Like, it seems highly unlikely to me they have 0 supports.
Yeah, it's weird that... Yeah. Alright, I guess Lawrence's supports for Shez are all locked to Golden Deer.
Huh.
The one you ended on was Dimitri Sylvain. Okay, great. Raph! Raph C. Raph C. Raph C. Anytime!
I was wondering if I could ask you something. I heard that you don't have any parents. Is that right?
Rude.
Yeah.
You actually don't get to build
died.
towards a
Now
waifu
you
or
know who
husbando
both
in this
parents are.
game, unfortunately.
That must be tough for you, huh?
And Edelgard was never best waifu. She's fucking insane. Although, actually, Edelgard is my favorite of the house leaders in this game specifically.
Yes.
Like, Edelgard in this game on her own route is my
fine.
favorite of the house leaders.
Yeah.
As far as this game goes. She's very clearly the worst of them in every capacity on every route in 3 houses.
At least as far as either of us is concerned.
It's okay. They all died a long time ago. So I don't feel sad or anything like that now.
By the
But I
way,
do wonder who I really am
much rather
sometimes.
Lawrence and Ignaz
I don't
than
have
anyone
even the
else that
slightest
aren't
memory of
Leone.
my
I'm
birth
actually kind of
parents.
glad that one of the random people Claude chose to send us
you
was
might not
Raph.
know who you are, but you still work hard and you keep your chin up through it all.
Yeah,
That makes you super strong
I
in my book.
am relieved that we don't have to deal
Hey,
with Leone.
Raphael.
Yeah.
Because it
Your
also
parents
means
are
we
gone
then
too,
don't
right?
have to do the,
Yeah. Both my mom
Leone
and
Gerald,
dad in an accident.
Oh,
Alois
God, yeah.
paralogue.
You're just as
That
smart
one's,
as I am.
that one's rough.
You work harder
Because,
than anyone I know.
like,
and you do it all
this
with the
game did
biggest grin
so
in the
much
world.
for, like, rehabbing my image of Leone
It's easy when you love training
until
close
that
as I do.
paralogue.
Hey, I just realized
And
something.
as soon as that paralogue
We've sure
came
got a
along,
lot
I'm
in
like,
common.
nope, I'm back to hating Leone with
parents are
every
witches
last
and
fiber of my being. There
Congress
goes
stripping
all
away
the
from this
goodwill.
war, And most importantly,
They couldn't have made her slightly more tolerable to Violet, really?
both of us have got some serious
Since
problems.
what happened to Raph was one of the very few things Violet ever did
Appreciate
she
that,
actually
but our body
regretted
types are
doing.
completely different. Not sure this really
It was
counts as
Dimitri's
bond.
fault, man.
By
You're a little
Dimitri, you
stronger
mean
than me,
Zed.
And maybe a lot smarter.
I mean, in the lore, it was
But you
Dimitri's
know,
fault.
My brain's been getting a constant workout ever since we opened the inn.
You have an
But yeah, I mean, it was ultimately Zed telling us
Oh,
we had to
yeah.
kill everybody
I
in
went
the
home and
Golden
started one up
Deer.
with
Yeah,
my
that-
grandpa,
Oh,
no sense,
okay,
once the
well,
academy
I
shut
guess then.
Well, I guess if Zed
Running a
says
business
it's a
like
route,
that
it's
takes
a
a
route.
surprising
I
amount of
guess
muscle.
we've just gotta
Sure, there's
kill
regular stuff like pulling
everyone.
things around.
So I started it.
You
I'm
need
like, I don't
great
want
power
to kill
to-
the Golden Deer guys. I just want to beat up
ever wanna
Edelgard's
make a
people. Do I
profit,
really have to
you
kill
have to
all of
pay
them?
real close
Yeah,
attention
you got to
keep
take
the
them all.
books straight.
All right, well, I
mostly
guess.
let my sister
And then
have
they
that
let
stuff.
every... The bit that got to me was that they let everyone else
Which
on
means
Claude's
I'm in
side
charge of the
retreat
cooking.
except
But that has its own
Raph.
share of problems.
Raph, they're like, no, Raph stays dead. You're murdering Raph.
Well, the only 3 actual characters that were there were
Especially if you have to start
Raph,
doing things
you
outside
know,
your wheelhouse.
Hilda and Claude. And
But still, the other two got to retreat, and they're like, no, you've just brutally murdered
Well, yeah,
It's
Raph.
way
they
different
both
than
have
how
the
it
essential
works with
tag,
my
though.
merc groups.
But don't you just fight? That doesn't seem so different to me.
Everyone who isn't Hilda's, apparently, because the game very much plays favorites. Yeah.
With good reason, though. Hilda's an excellent character.
Mercenaries tend to get involved in smaller
I
skirmishes.
don't know. I
as
remember that
opposed to
time
big
she
battles.
just
And
didn't
most of them
join us
prefer
for
to
some
fight
reason.
solo if they can afford it.
When Claude just fucked off
An
to
army
Elmira,
acts as
handed a
one
boat of
unit.
Bernie, and then Hilda
Coordinating
just
that many people all at the same time is a huge
didn't
change for
come
me.
along for
Stayed in
some
the harbor.
reason.
And there's way
Harbor
more to
Defense
military work
Squad.
than just plain combat. Stuff like managing resources, making sure everyone has the weapons and armor
Bio
they
says
need.
it's still wild to me that you can actually
I
recruit
don't think
Hilda
I'm
of
bad
all
at
people.
that per se. But
Yeah.
It's definitely not something I'm used to doing. And the more stuff there is to keep track of, the harder it all gets.
Hey, you're not not so good at using your brain either. We're practically twins. That makes us pals now, right? I've got your back. So you just keep on working hard, buddy.
Right back at ya. Let's keep fighting the good fight.
The good fight of people who have dead parents. Raph's parents aren't dead though.
Yes, they are.
Wait, are they?
Yeah.
I thought it was Ignaz's parents that got killed.
No, that's part of the point behind the one paralogue is all Raph has left is his sister.
Hey, how's it going? You been getting enough food?
Definitely. I'm eating way better than I was back in my mercenary days.
You're
didn't
also
eat so
kind of
good,
an
huh?
idiot, aren't you? That seems kind of
I
unnecessary.
spent most of my time
These were
moving
practically
from place
twins.
to
You wanna go
place,
grab a
so I
bite to
had
eat and do
manage
best,
on my
buddy?
own. I just fling whatever I could get my hands on into a
I
pot.
just love
Say
the
any of it ever
gentle
tasted too
giant
great.
that is Raph.
Wow, I'm surprised you could even live like that. And you never stayed at an inn?
Sometimes, if one happened to be nearby and I had a little extra money lining my pockets. But I never really felt like the food there was any better.
Sounds like you were at all the wrong places then. Nothing fun about a bad meal, I always say. That's why I want my inn to be known far and wide for its delicious food. I was actually
think your
hoping to
house
do
just
some
makes
cooking out
me
here
sleepy.
too, so I could hone my craft.
There's absolutely no good
But I don't
reason
think
I
it's
should be
going so
yawning.
good.
right
You want to know
now.
why?
Oh, hey, Fire.
If I had to guess, it's because you think everything tastes good no matter what.
Hey now, I know the difference between regular old grub and the kind of stuff that gets your mouth watering.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to call you clumsy, so,
See,
you know.
all the meat and fish we've got in the pantry is
The
preserved.
thing is, he probably would have agreed to that,
And
though,
you're not
because
working with the fresh stuff.
he is.
Nothing you make's gonna have people hollering for more.
You think?
No, maybe don't run
There are
home.
dishes
That
from
sounds like it
all
would be
over the world
tiring.
that use ingredients that are on the verge of going
You might want to,
bad.
like, I don't know, hop a bus or something.
You sure that isn't?
You know
'cause
what?
they
It
don't
just
have a
occurred to
choice?
me. If I'd really
I'm no
felt
expert,
like
but
getting
I've
in
heard it
decent
can make a
exercise,
nice
I could
cut
have
of
walked
meat
here.
even more savory.
That would
depending
have
on how you
been
prep it.
really inadvisable at the moment.
Well, yes.
Maybe we can learn some more if we ask
But-
someone who's from one of those places.
That would have been tremendously inadvisable
Not to
at the
mention,
moment.
there are other ways of preserving food too.
You mean besides dumping salt on everything?
I'm sure you
Because
know
literally,
about
the
smoking food,
outside
right?
is
will
just
keep
an
for even
entire
longer if
sheet
you
of
do
ice.
that after you
Everything is
cure them.
ice. I mean, the roads are like okay, but
Yeah, but I heard that
every
makes meat all
sidewalk,
smoky and
every
gross.
lawn
Kinda defeats
is
the point, if you ask
actually
me.
just a sheet of ice.
I think it depends on how you do it and what kind of wood you use. Apparently it's
That
really
would have
good
been
if you do
such
it
a
right.
stupid thing to do.
Wow.
Yes.
You sure know a lot
Yes,
about
it
this
would have.
stuff.
My mercenary days showed me more about the world than I could have ever imagined.
It's only literally
only
like
really
4
remember
blocks,
bits and
but
pieces,
it's, you know, also
Come on, don't be
the
so
worst
modest.
possible
I can't
walking
wait to get back in the
conditions
kitchen with these
ever
new ideas
right
you gave
now.
me. Hey, speaking of ideas, you want to help me think up some recipes with the stuff we've got here?
I'm not so sure me and cooking
What do you
mix.
mean? You do it all the time.
I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
That's the spirit. I know we'll come up with some feast-worthy food if we just put our heads together.
Alright, Ignatz.
Ah.
Mmm.
Oh, hey, Ignatz. What you reading?
Wow.
Yeah, he definitely didn't hear me. Hey, Ignatz!
Ah, what? Oh, it's you.
Oh shit, don't look at my board!
Can you please try to not sneak up on me like that?
Sorry about that. I was trying to talk to you, but it
She
didn't
has
seem
screwed
like
up like
anything was getting
twice so
through.
far in the dozens of times she's had to cook soup for everyone. Therefore, she's a scrub tier loser. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair.
You were making all kinds of weird noises while you were reading. You ate something bad?
No, nothing like that. It's just that this traveler's journal is full of such vivid imagery and wonderful surprises that I can't help but react.
Uh-huh.
You've seriously
That what
been
they call
lugging
it?
books around with you? Though I admit, that does sound like a good one.
Yes, it's fascinating. The author's unknown, but whoever it was really traveled to all these places and documented everything. It's amazing how vastly things can differ depending
What's up
on
with the
where
book
you
of
are.
green-haired people?
Like the
I don't
plants
pry
or
into
the
the thing
animals,
you
or
like,
even
so
the
try
ore
not to
on the
pry
ground.
into mine.
And
What?
of course, the way people live in those areas is so diverse too, like their food and their clothes. But what's most interesting to me is the architecture. Ruins in Fodlan contain ancient architectural styles that are, for some reason, also found on faraway islands.
Spooky.
All right, I get the picture. You talk like you've seen it all firsthand.
Well, I really try to place myself in the author's shoes when I read.
I've bought a lot
So
of
I guess
shoes
in a way-
online.
I have. I'd love to visit all those places myself, but that's easier said than done. Especially since I became a knight.
The way you say that makes me think you never wanted to be a knight in the first place.
Oh no! No, of course I did.
Uh-huh. It sounds
At
like
any
some
rate, both my
backpedaling
father
there,
and my
nuts.
brother are pleased that it's official.
Sounds to me like you became a knight for them.
That's not it at all. I'm very happy with my decision, honest.
Even though you can't go off traveling?
Yeah, getting sent out to different locations for battle is kind of the same thing. Oh, but of course the mission always comes first. It's not like I go off wandering whenever I feel the urge.
Uh-huh. But you would if you could, right?
Why do you keep asking me about this? All these leading questions, they're uncalled for. I might not be able to travel of my own volition, but I can
Ignace,
read
we know
books
from
and go
experience
wherever
that
I
you
want
wanted
in
to
my
be a
imagination.
baker.
And that's good enough for me.
Yeah, it's, I mean, the story on this, in some ways, actually feels kind of even more complete than, like, Three Houses. In that there's actually 3 routes that were intended to be routes.
Yeah.
As opposed to 2.5 routes that were intended to be routes, and a secret bonus route that is just kind of there.
Yeah.
Even though the secret bonus route is touted as one of the main 3 routes. It's weird. The secret bonus route for crazy people. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Looks like he's at it again. How's the book, Ignatz?
Hey, nerd!
Could you please not surprise me like that?
Sorry. So, you got more books, huh? They look expensive.
They were tucked away in my family's storeroom. I had my brother send them to me.
I mean, people making their choices
We're a
notwithstanding,
merchant
the
family. All
simple
books here are
fact is
technically
that
meant to be for sale.
you know,
They've gone unsold
Black
for years
Eagle's
now,
route
so he sent them
on
without telling
Three
my father.
Houses was never supposed to be a route. Like, the Silver Snow route
With the church was intended.
meant to be there, but the actual, like, continuation of the Black Eagles through, like, to the end of Edelgard's actual route was kind of thrown in last minute because they looked at Edelgard and went, anime waifu, people will pick her.
Yeah. Genuinely, originally, Edelgard was intended purely to be a villain.
Just the villain, yeah. And you can tell when you look at her route, like, critically, because, for one thing, it's the shortest route in the entire game. It's, like, I think it's, like, 4 or 5 chapters shorter than the others. And also, it just kind of, like, it doesn't feel very fleshed out. Because it wasn't. It was like a last-minute addition, basically.
I take it your old man is pretty strict?
Not exactly.
Ignat, stop looking
but
at
he
the
does
stuff in the
take
middle
his
of the
business
cafeteria.
very-
Have some decency.
very seriously.
Yeah, right?
My father is quite set in his ways. At least my brother is easy to talk to.
It also makes
He
no
listens
goddamn
to
sense why
even
your
my
character would
strangest
logically go with that route in the
requests.
first place, considering
That's why I tend to go to him for
everything.
everything.
Yeah, also that.
Wonder if he feels sorry for me since I became a knight for our family's benefit.
So you didn't really want to do it then?
Well, no, that's not... I did it because I wanted to help them.
The funny thing about Edelgard's
Now
route
that I'm a
on
knight
this
for
one
House
is
Gloucester,
that basically
I've been able to make
all
a
of
lot more
the
connections with the nobility.
all of the supports between
If I use that
Shez
to
and
help my family's
Edelgard
business,
up
then
to like
I'm
her C
perfectly
and B
happy with where
support
I am.
and all of her supports
If you say
with
so.
Hubert
What kind of
are
books
just
did you borrow?
Edelgard and Hubert telling Shez that they will murder
A
her at
bunch
a
of
moment's
travel
notice
Oh,
journals and collections
100%.
of letters from far-off places.
if she like steps out of line
No matter
or
how
if they
painful
think
life may
she's
be,
like being sus.
If
They're
I'm
just like,
fates
"Yeah, I'm
alone
ready to
read these
kill your
books
ass
and
dead
imagine
right
myself
here."
traveling.
I mean, to be fair,
Wait, did you
in
just say
Edelgard's
painful?
case, it makes
I
a lot
know
of
you weren't
sense that
happy.
she'd be willing to do that because
What you
Shez's
really wanna
powers
do is
are
travel
so
around
similar
and paint
to
all the scenery you
people
like,
Edelgard
don't you?
literally hates.
What?
But
How do you know that?
I mean, at least Edelgard comes around in her A support.
You're not exactly
But,
hiding
like,
it.
Hubert never
You've got
does.
books
Hubert's
on
just like,
painting
"I will
techniques,
murder you.
Preparing pigments, and all that
I
kind
respect
of stuff
you,
right here.
but I will murder you."
Yes. The truth is, I love painting.
Let's see. It also makes no goddamn sense
I know
why
the
your
world
character
holds
would
all
logically
these
go with that route in the
wondrous
first
sights
place,
that I can't
considering
even
everything.
begin to
Yes.
imagine.
You mean like how Edelgard would have and actually
If
did
only I
leave
could
her
see
friend to
them for
die if it
myself
wasn't
and
convenient for her at
capture
the
them
time.
on
Yeah,
canvas.
exactly. Which is straight
I
up
used to dream of
confirmed
doing
in this
that.
game with her supports
But things are
with,
different
you
now.
know,
Monica, yeah.
where Edelgard
I don't
straight up tells
regret
Monica to
becoming a
her
knight,
face,
and I
"Yeah, I
didn't do it
kind
just
of
for my
only
family's
saved you because it happened to be convenient and we
at the
were
time.
already there. Like,
It's my responsibility
I knew
as
where
much
you
as
were
anyone
the whole
else's.
time and was planning to leave you for
That
dead."
conviction
Yep.
has only grown with every
Like,
battle.
literally straight up tells her
Ah,
that
That must
to her
have
face.
sounded so
And Monica's
arrogant.
response is,
I'm sorry.
"That's okay, I get
I'm
it.
embarrassing
I
myself.
still love you anyway."
All right.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make it that clear you don't regret your choice, then I'll stop pestering
Monica,
you.
the hyper simp.
And it's
This war
it's
is gonna end
odd
one day.
too because
Why not keep your dreams alive for when it does?
like
Maybe I,
I just I have so little sympathy for Edelgard. Like, yes, what she's been through has been goddamn awful. But she's also kind of just an awful human.
It's the this won't make any sense to you, but it's the Sakura argument from Stay Night. Where, yeah, Sakura went through some fucked up shit. But that doesn't make her trying to kill literally everyone and also, like, brutally torturing her blood sister okay.
And the funny thing is, I actually don't necessarily disagree with Edelgard's stance on crests. But at the same time, I very much disagree with the way she's going about it. Like,
Monica, I absolutely would have let you to die. Wouldn't have even regretted it either. Wow, Edelgard, I didn't hear a word you just said because you're just so hot that I wasn't paying attention. Pretty much.
yeah.
I was too busy studying exactly what kind of tea you drink at exactly what time of day.
And what
And
exactly
under
what
what
your flower
circumstances.
preferences are,
Yeah.
and
I was updating my Edelgardpedia.
she does though. She like literally has a journal where she keeps track of nothing but Edelgard.
She has a Pokedex, but every entry is
It's just-
Edelgard.
Yeah, it's all Edelgard.
It's 1,008 entries of Edelgard or whatever
Hey,
the fuck we're
Marianne.
up to now.
You were really doing great during those drills today.
Oh,
I'm heading over to the mess hall. You want to join? After all that training this morning and no break, I'm starving. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You like to eat alone, right? Then don't worry about it. I'll find someone else.
no, I'd like to accompany you. If you would have me, that is.
You sure? All right then, let's go. I wonder what's on the menu today. Oh, man, that was good. I feel alive again.
Yes, that was nice.
By the way, why'd you decide to come along with me?
What do you mean?
You
Edelgard
usually
said
sit
she
by
wasn't
yourself.
going to leave me
I
to
thought you didn't like eating with others.
die when I talk to her today. She's
Yes,
so
I do feel more
dreamy.
comfortable when I'm alone.
Yeah.
I haven't been around people much, so I don't normally know what to say in conversations.
Well, now I'm even more curious why you decided to eat with me.
Well, you have a strange power, right? It makes you transform, or something like that.
Yeah. You curious about it?
I feel like I've seen it
It's
somewhere
not so
before.
Much that. I wondered if you despised having it.
This is a difficult choice.
Because we know what the correct choice is.
Because,
For, like
having the power itself isn't bad, but it's also annoying as hell because of what's connected to it.
yeah.
It does bother me, but I can't really put my finger on why.
It's the beeping.
It's our fault.
I know it makes people suspicious of me and curious about my background, but that's just how people are.
Ah, the
And
beast
yet
crest
you always have
stuff.
such a sunny disposition, and everyone here respects you. I wondered why that was.
I mean, I sure hope they respect me. So, that's why you wanted to join me?
I wanted to know how I could be like you.
Like me? But Marianne, it's not like you have some mysterious power tucked away, right?
No,
Yeah, about that.
definitely
No.
not.
I don't.
If you just want to make friends with people, then you don't need to think so hard about it. It's not like anyone here hates you.
In fact, Dimitri
Don't
would be
they?
quite happy if you
I'm
had
so
lunch with him.
useless.
Hey, you're a huge help to all of us. I mean that.
Yeah, you let
So
me
don't
freeze
have to
people in
force
place.
yourself to act like someone you're not, okay?
All right. Thank you for saying that.
And B.
What a wonderful meal.
Hey, you've still got some food left. You don't want it? That Ogma Wolverine meat's super hard to come by, you know.
Oh, I don't really eat
Is it as hard to
meat.
come by as
You can
heckin'
have it.
moose?
Albanian
Don't mind
news.
if I do that.
Albanian moose.
You know, I always
Gil.
feel strangely energized after eating this stuff.
You look
Gil's
so pleased to be
fucking
eating it.
Leone carrying around goddamn fucking
If
moose
not every
meat.
day I get to hear you laugh. Did I look funny or something?
No, it's just that the look on your face made me feel
You know,
happy.
at some point, I
Instead of
I
just
really
watching other
should just
people
look
stuff
up
their
the
faces,
Mel Shez,
maybe you'd enjoy
or
trying
sorry,
some
Mel
yourself.
Byleth support chain in
I'm
Three Houses with
perfectly content just
Leone,
watching.
and see if she just goes from being an unrepentant
Well,
bitch
anyway,
towards
it
you
seems
to
like you've gotten
suddenly
more
being in
comfortable
love
eating
with
with me,
you
Marianne.
as a proxy for your dad.
I
Or
have.
maybe she's only an
When you told me
unrepentant
not to act
bitch
like
to
somebody
female
else.
Violet.
Right,
first I
like
didn't know
that's
what to do
what
with
I'm
myself.
curious about.
but I still thought I could learn something from you. And as I talked with you more,
But it doesn't matter,
I
because
just got
Malbyleth
used
is
to us eating
non-canon.
together.
Awful.
I see.
Even
Then
if
why not
he is
branch
one
out
of the
and eat with
best
other people
emblems
too?
in Engage.
Mealtimes are a great opportunity to make new friends after all. Making
I keep
conversation
meaning to
and
give
sitting
him
around the dinner table go
to
hand in
Saline
hand.
at least long enough to see how Thrisis
That's how we
actually
ended up
does
friends,
interact
right?
with
It might be a good chance to
the
get to know
magic.
someone else.
+1 range.
I thought it was supposed to be 1 or 2 range, so
What's
I
wrong?
was just curious.
I'm sorry, it's just... My adoptive father said the same thing to me once.
He did?
He often criticized me because I avoided other people so much. He said that, as the heir to House Edmund, I must be at least
It's gonna be
somewhat
interesting to see
sociable.
which Robin. Did they show the
I never
Robin
bothered to
emblem yet, or
understand
did
how
they just
difficult
announce
it
it?
was for me to do that.
I think they showed Mal Robin.
Ah, stop picking bad choices.
At least they picked female Corin.
They did pick Femcor, and I will give them that. But like, they clearly picked the wrong Byleth. I'm actually kind of okay with Mal Robin, to be honest, but because Awakening, the DLC for Awakening, very strongly implies that Robin is also Mark, who was the tactician player created character in Blazing Sword in Lynn's game,
Yeah, but it's also...
who was canonically male, or who was definitively male. There was no like gender choice, so it's strongly implied that Robin is Mark.
But you also get the best eugenics out of female
I mean,
Robin.
yes, but canonically speaking, it does make sense for canon Robin to be male.
I'm still really sad that there hasn't been another game in the mainline game in the series since that's had that kind of eugenics in it. Like, I kind of loved that mechanic.
That bit of Awakening was very reminiscent of Genealogy of the Holy War of FE4.
And I would remind that in default appearance,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
Mal Robin
I was being
probably looked
insensitive,
better.
just like your
But you
father.
also had a lot more like character customization
No,
options
He's
with
done nothing wrong.
Robin in that game.
Oh yeah, for
But I
sure.
don't
Like you
think
could
it's a
change
good
hair
idea for
color,
me to
you
get
could
involved
change
with too many
eye color,
people.
you could change like
Why?
could you change face shape? I feel like you
I only
could.
bring misery and misfortune.
Like there was a
to
lot of
anyone who gets too
customization
close
to
me.
Robin. And
That's not
that
true
I've
at all.
actually really missed
Why do you
too.
even think that?
Being able to like custom tailor
It is true.
your protagonist.
I know it.
Okay, if that's the case,
You
then
might wanna
how's it
look
possible
into
for us
at
to be
some
hanging
point,
out right
seeing
now
if you
without
can
any
find
problems?
a translation
You're right.
for
I should have
New
been more
Mystery of the
vigilant and
Emblem?
kept some distance between us.
which was
But you're so kind and
FE12,
I just like being around you.
which was a remake of
I'm sorry.
FE3,
I'll stay as far away from you as I can
because
from
that
now on.
one introduced,
should
that
go.
was the game directly before Awakening, which introduced
Hey,
the My
wait,
Unit,
Marianne!
which was also like a customizable thing.
What am I gonna do about her?
Like Robin in Awakening was an extension of the My Unit from New Mystery of the Emblem. Alright.
Talking with Marianne just makes Bio feel sad.
I know, right?
But yes, we left off on Sylvain. Dimitri.
With the meat.
Dimitri.
Yeah.
Like I said, your house makes me sleepy. I don't know why. Because I don't think you keep your house any colder than I keep mine, so it shouldn't be the temperature putting me to sleep.
Ah, Sylvain. I was hoping to ask your
Oh,
opinion on
Sylvain
our
was the
recent-
last one we did.
Okay.
Lies. Annie it is.
No, Annette! Get back!
Oh, that was a close one.
Good thing we had water nearby.
My apologies. It was foolish for me to attempt that without prior experience.
No, it was my fault for asking you to try and light it with magic.
Why are you trying to make Dimitri use
The
magic?
fault is mine alone. You had no way of knowing that my aptitude for magic was so lacking. And we were lucky it only resulted in a small explosion. Had the flames spread, it easily may have proved disastrous.
Aw, don't beat yourself up over it. We were able to put it out quickly, and that's all that matters.
What a remarkably positive spin on the matter. Still, I'm relieved you weren't hurt. I have always been abysmal at magic.
Dimitri, please don't traumatize
My
Annie
father
by
and
making her
grandfather were the
re-experience
same,
things she's
so
never experienced before.
Perhaps I inherited it from them.
Yeah. I guess you're better suited to fighting with something sharp and pointy.
Actually, I had a fair amount of interest in becoming a mage when I was a boy. An old friend of mine would give magic demonstrations, and I always found myself terribly jealous of her abilities.
Well, you know there's a school of sorcery in the capital, right? You definitely should have enrolled.
But I knew they only accepted students who display at least a modicum of talent.
Yeah,
for
but you're the
craft.
prince.
Yeah.
Every time I glimpsed one of those students, I found myself envious of their skill.
I had no idea. But hey, if you're interested, how about I teach you a bit? We can start right now.
You would do that?
Sure. See, I've been helping out at the school ever since I came back to the capital. And after talking with everyone there, I've been thinking it would be fun to, you know, teach somebody. I'd like to help people get better at magic, even if they're really, really, really bad at it.
Wow.
A fine aspiration. If you'll have me, I would be honored to be your first pupil. Though I imagine your skills can be put to use helping many people besides just myself. I know I am not the first person, nor will I be the last, to accidentally conjure up
This
an
light just
explosion.
turned on?
Yeah, it does that.
Come on,
not a timer.
Dimitri. It's not like I'll be that much help. But regardless, I'm confident that becoming a teacher is the path for me. Right then, Your Majesty, let's start by practicing some fire magic.
Of course it's fire magic.
You want me to cast the same spell again?
You're a wind specialist,
Well,
Annie.
If you think it best.
Annie,
Fire
I
spells are the
can't
most
recommend you
basic
teaching
magic of all.
Dimitri about magic
You
when
just
his
let the
magic
old
seems to be
power build
related
up,
to things that
and
set
then
stuff on
boom,
fire.
let loose.
Actually,
Okay,
the funny
so
thing
start
is,
by
the
using
magic he
your
learns
hands
is
to
all
focus
lightning
your energy.
magic.
Yeah, it's all lightning based.
Like this?
Don't be so hesitant. We've got plenty of water here, so really lean into it.
I wasn't intending
And
to
actually,
hold back.
he does really well
Perhaps I
in
could charge it up a bit more.
Warlock / Dark Knight or Dark Priest or whatever
Your
it's called.
Majesty, are you alright?
Because most of the strong attacks for that class are lightning based, and he
I
has
fear we may
Essence of
have a
Lightning naturally
Long
as his
road ahead of us.
bonus skill, so he actually does really well.
He doesn't need Essence of Lightning. His personal
Yes,
skill
that's what I
is
was
Essence
saying,
of
is he
Lightning.
has Essence of Lightning by default.
Yeah, but he also gets Essence of Lightning, which is hilarious. Although, the interesting thing about the house leaders doing that, where they have their bonus skill that is already that, and then getting the other one on top of it, is that you can do really stupid shit, like give Dimitri Edelgard's personal skill, so now all of his shit does fire, but then also still have Essence of Lightning, and then you get both,
Dual essences, yeah.
which is just disgusting.
Your Majesty, about tomorrow's drills. Apologies. I did not mean to interrupt.
I was talking to this very
It's
important
fine, Ingrid.
man.
We had just finished.
That was the leader of the Dusker forces, yes? What were you talking about?
That man did not look tall enough to be the leader of the Dusker
We were
forces.
discussing various
Right?
tactics and formations. We must be aligned if we're to fight together. The way Dusker soldiers operate is quite different from our knights. I must also be mindful of how I deploy them to avoid undue conflict.
Yes, I hear there have already been a number of small quarrels in the encampment.
It's not a problem easily solved. I'm sure each side finds it difficult to adjust to the other. And you, Ingrid. Do you still hate the people of Dusker?
Like to do.
I no longer have reason to hold on to that hate. Yes, a few of them were involved in the tragedy, but I cannot blame the rest for that. There were many other forces at work. I understand that now. Yet I used to focus all my negative feelings on the people of Dusker, and for that I am ashamed. In a way, I now find myself scared of interacting with them at all.
You needn't blame yourself. The fault lies with me for
Dimitri,
not
all
speaking
you
to
have to
about
do
it
is
more
track down the
6 years ago.
CEO of racism and punch him in the face.
I
It's not that
hesitated
hard.
because I didn't wish to confuse the matter, not knowing the full truth of it.
Was my chat broken?
I don't know.
You were forced to grapple with many painful feelings as a result.
Yep, my chat was broken.
Clearly, my
Don't
priorities
forget to put it
were
on
not in
live
order.
chat.
That's why it was broken.
You had enough to deal with 6 years ago. So many knights were expelled from the castle, and almost none but Lord Rodrigue would set foot in the capital. Even my father prevented
So I
me
saw
from
something
going
recently
to see
that,
you.
like, apparently Twitch
Yet,
moving forward is going to
I
be
still could have
like
sought you out.
requiring
And I had countless
their-
chances to discuss the
their
matter at the
creators
academy.
to run ads.
I do not
Really?
think I would
Yeah.
have taken it well even if
Ew.
you had.
Like, it was always something
I
that
was
like you
convinced
could
that
do,
Glenn died saving you from
and then like it
irredeemable
wouldn't
villains.
apply to subscribers, obviously.
I forced
but,
myself to believe that.
Someone I
hadn't,
kind of follow
I fear
on
I
there
may
was
have
saying
gone
the other
mad.
day that like
I was in
they really don't
similar
want to,
position.
but Twitch is going to be requiring
But
them
once I finally
to
opened
run
the lid on
ads
that box,
before too long. And they're like,
I
so
realized
here's
just
how I'm
how
gonna
many
handle
were
it.
involved,
I'll just do it when I have to like
including
go take
members
my
of our own
meds or go to
kingdom.
the bathroom or something. I'll just put an ad on
In the
for
end,
that, so nothing
knew
important
I
will
had
ever
to
happen while
reconcile
ads is
with
going
reality.
on. And for subscribers,
And I must
nothing's gonna
also
change. But
accept the
like for
reality
everybody
that
else,
stands
I'm
before
sorry,
me
I don't
now.
want to run them, but like I'm not gonna have a choice.
We are allied with the people of Dusker, which means I can no longer
They're not
avoid
gonna,
them.
if they're being mandated to run them,
I
they're
have an
probably
idea.
then not getting any sort
It
of
may not
ad
help, but
revenue or anything like
I'd
that
like to take you
themselves,
somewhere.
right? Any ad revenue would be
The
going
father
to
of that man I was
Twitch?
speaking with earlier
I
opened an
would
inn
assume
last
they're
year.
still getting some
it's not
payout
far.
for it,
Would you care to join me there for a meal?
but the biggest
Word
like
has it
revenue
he's
from
quite skilled
Twitch
at making
comes
all
from
manner of food.
donations more than it does from ad
Of course,
stuff.
if this is all too much and too soon,
Like, you do get ad rev,
I
but
understand.
Not
if
at
you're
all.
making money on Twitch,
I
you're
would
making,
love
you're,
to
you're making
subscribers
it
and
from subs and
donations.
donations, yeah.
Though it shames me to admit it, I likely lack the
Or
courage to go
sponsorships.
alone.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
But with you at my side, I think I can take that first step.
In that case, let us make haste. Oh, and this
Like,
will be my treat.
The thing
So keep
about
your
Three
pocketbook
Hopes
shut
too is
tight.
it does make it very abundantly clear that Dimitri Ingrid was the intended pairing.
Lies.
I still think Dimitri Marianne's the better pairing. But it for sure isn't the one that the game creators wanted you to root for. Which is dumb.
Ah, Your Majesty. Tending to your weapon, I see. My apologies for interrupting you.
It's all right. I just finished. Is there something you need, Rodrigue?
Yes, in fact. I received this from Matthias when I was in Gautier territory
Houses was
the other
already
day.
wrong, so Hope's also being wrong was
From the
expected.
Margrave. But this sword is...
He said he'd borrowed it from Lambert years ago, and had long since forgotten about it. What sort of laggard keeps a loan so long he has to return it to the lender's son? 30 years!
That would have been around the time you all attended the Officers' Academy together, correct? Would you mind telling me the story of this sword?
It started when our class was given a mission to eradicate a bandit encampment. Foolish as I was at the time, I dashed in ahead of the others, leaving me and my entire unit stranded behind enemy lines. Apparently, your father and Matthias started arguing about whether or not it was worth coming to save me. Broke out into a full-on fistfight before long.
And by the time they got there, I was dead.
That's a surprise. I wouldn't have expected that of my father, much less the Margrave.
Well, they were both pretty feisty in their day. Neither of them wanted to back down, I'm sure. On one hand, you had Matthias, insisting they wait for aid from the church. Supplies were running low, so charging in could have gotten everyone killed.
Sounds
On the
reasonable.
other, Lambert was so determined to come to our rescue, he'd have gone all by himself if he had to. No idea who's playing.
Damn, why do Rodriguez stories always have to be so good? I know, right?
All I know is they fought their way through the enemy lines together. And lucky for me, they found us before the bandits did.
So, my father tended to charge in recklessly as well. Or perhaps he was just naive in his youth.
Story goes, Matthias's lance broke while they were fighting their way toward us, so Lambert lent him this sword. As he was giving it to me,
Then he realized that
couldn't
Matthias
help
was
but
a
laugh
lance
about how
paladin.
it
Couldn't
slipped his
actually
mind
use a
for all
sword.
these years.
At least by the rules of this game.
Considering what I know of the Margrave, I have my doubts that he actually forgot it at all.
Could
You're
Oscar
probably
use
right.
swords in Radiant Dawn? I
This
don't
is
remember.
just my opinion.
Bio says
but
real shame that Rodri
I
got
don't think
stabbed
he
by a
ever
child
really
that
managed to
one
accept
time.
Lambert's death
Yes, that
until
one time.
you ascended the throne.
It's okay, we're gonna prevent it in this game.
Perhaps. In any case, please
I
tell
hope.
him I've
As
received
long
it.
as I don't fuck up.
And
As long as neither
Thank
of
you
us
for
fuck up,
relaying
and
that
also we
story
keep
to
a
me.
close enough eye on the AI to make
it
sure they don't
seems
fuck
even
up.
in his youth, my father was willing to do whatever it took to see those close to him safe. Yet here I've gone and started a war, knowing full well it will hurt those I care about most. He'd likely call me a fool if he were here today.
Yeah,
I'm not so
Rodriguez,
sure
the
about that.
one playable
Yes,
character in this
he did
entire
treasure his
game that you
friends.
can permanently lose.
But I don't
after
think he would have
already
been too
acquiring
keen
them.
on abandoning the church either.
And in so
Considering
doing, you
all
also
they've done to
lose
protect the
2
people
other
from us.
permanent playable characters.
Rodrigo,
3. Eloise
you knew
2.
my father well.
Eloise is not playable.
I
Oh,
asked you to
right.
do
I
something
always
for
forget
me.
that.
If I ever attempt anything that would bring shame to his name, please,
No, we're sure how absolutely
Say
fucked
no
I will
more.
be if you manage to screw that up.
I'll stop you.
It's okay, we'll just
even if I
restart
have
the
to
map.
lay down my life to do it. I already promised him the same
It's
thing,
a
actually.
this route specifically. It's a very
you
tricky
have my
unlock.
deepest thanks.
And there's like 3 different ways you can screw it up. In fact, when we get there, it might be better to have me run the gauntlet and have you chill back at the base so that when the reinforcements come in to try to take the base, somebody's already there to start dealing with them, and then I can sweep in and pincer them.
Valid point, actually.
Because that's the part that's the easiest to fuck up. Like, yeah, you can do the stealth bit, and then if anything ever touches that base, if they get inside the wall of that base, you're dead. And you have to start over. And that can be really hard to get the timing on that. So it might actually be pretty trivial in multiplayer if you play your cards right on it. We have Yuri now, right?
You seem
yes.
to be staring at me, Yuri.
Wait, did Yuri have a C that we didn't? Oh shit.
Everyone is strangely abuzz today. Is there a visiting minstrel or a mummer's troupe?
Haven't you heard, mister? A funny knight's been coming to town recently.
A funny night, hey?
Oh, yeah, he's super strong. He can carry all the blacksmith stuff by himself. And he got those guys who kept picking fights at the tavern to finally shut up. But he's also kind of weird, too. Like when you talk to him, sometimes he seems sheltered and obtuse. But then sometimes not.
No way that child
Does that
knows the
sound
word
like-
obtuse.
I knew the
No,
word
it
obtuse at
couldn't
that
be.
age.
You and I were very unique children.
What are you doing here?
From the perspective of someone who
Right.
works with children that age, there's no
Glad I ran
fucking
into
way.
I mean, I was
We have
reading
a
Lord of the
broken
Rings
leg
at that
needs
kid's
fixing,
age.
and I could use a hand.
I can't believe you. Come with me a second.
I was not, because I still have not read Lord of the Rings.
Hey,
Are
is
you
that the
an idiot?
child who told us
What
to
are you
stab that bitch Edelgard for him? Yeah, I think so.
I had some time on my hands and thought I'd see how things are going in town.
Then stick to the more upscale streets. This alley is dangerous. It's not quite a full-blown slum, but money is still in pretty short supply. What are we supposed to do if someone introduces our king to a nice pointing knife while he's out wandering the streets? By himself, might I add.
I don't know, Edelgard stabbed him in the chest
How
that
am I
one
supposed
time
to
and it
learn what
didn't do
means to be a
anything.
commoner without using my own eyes? All I ever see from my throne are the upscale streets, as you call them. And yes, I could send someone here in my stead, but there is no substitute for first-hand experience.
You know you don't have an heir, right? If you die, the entire region gets thrown into a bloody civil war over who gets to succeed.
Whoever has the crest of Bladed. Or
Lots of
Bladed,
nobles
however
will
it's
die,
pronounced.
but commoners? The commoners will be absolutely slaughtered.
Literally, if
Now,
they can
people seem
wield
to like you,
Aardvar without
so it's in
going
all of our
nuts, I'm
interest that
pretty
you live a
sure they
long
get
and
the
healthy
kingdom.
life.
All
Got
right.
it? And if you insist on coming here, at least bring
So-
that giant oaf of yours along to watch your
Spoiler
back.
free on this, but I was shocked how many
Perhaps I
of the
was
end
being a
cards
bit
in
reckless.
Engage just straight up talked about
It's
people
good to
dying.
know that even a
Really?
fool like you
Yeah,
can see
it was
reason
like
on occasion.
after so and so died, after so which
In
is
that
so
case,
much
may I
death
ask you
in
to
the
act
end
as my
cards. I was
bodyguard
like, what the
today?
fuck, man?
I'm
Everybody
certainly not living up
lived.
to the task.
Nobody died. What do you mean?
What?
If I could get a look at this town through your eyes,
I
think could
recruited
learn many
everyone
valuable
and
lessons.
nobody died. Why are so many people dying in the end
Besides,
cards?
if I ask to do, he'll surely forbid me from coming here at all. I would be grateful if you would consent to doing this favor for me.
oh, this is rich.
Yuri,
The king
first,
asking
do you
me for
actually
help.
think anyone's going to try mugging Dimitri when he's wearing full
Fine.
plate mail?
In that
And
case, Your
second,
Majesty,
do you think the
I
dude
will do all in
won't
my
just
power to
materialize
safeguard
into
the royal
existence
person.
if they tried?
Happy.
Yeah, right? Yes, come at me with your knife. I'm in full plate mail. What are you gonna do?
You seem to be staring at me, Yuri. What's wrong?
Just thinking how odd it is that you've grown so accustomed to a town like this.
Well, I like this place, and its people. There may be a few vagabonds in the darker alleys. That just shows how accepting everyone is. They all greet me with smiles, despite my being a complete stranger to them.
I'm not sure how that
Oh,
logic
they'd
tracks,
change
but
their tune pretty quickly if they knew you were the king. Anyway, have you enjoyed your little
You're a
tour
king.
of this garbage heap?
no, wait, that's
Did you get a good
inaccurate.
look at the town through my eyes or whatever it is you wanted?
Yes, and it's also got me thinking about how best to help those of more meager standing. Originally, I thought that establishing medical facilities or investing in the church were the best pathways to this cause. But after seeing the people here, I realized they are not indigents standing around with open hands awaiting salvation.
Indigence.
I'd
Man,
love
there's
to
a good
unpack your
word.
definition of indigent, but yes, they certainly don't take things lying down.
It's one of those words nobody ever
Maybe
uses.
it's idealistic,
Yeah?
but I think regents should rule in a way that not just nobles, but everyone can see as reasonable. But to accomplish that, a ruler must take the opportunity to truly listen to the people. Of course, I can't go around visiting every burg and hamlet personally. I realize
Not with
this,
that kind of attitude.
but I still feel this is the key to true reform.
Well, good on you if you actually manage to accomplish that. But it isn't going to be easy. First, you have to give the poor a minimum level of education. Of course, they're
Oh, we
already
will give
fully
them the
capable
minimum
of telling you
level of
when they're
education,
hungry
don't you worry.
or if taxes are too high. But they'll need education to understand the policies and laws established by their lords and hold any kind of thoughtful opinion on them.
Education, you say? Yes, that makes a great deal of sense.
Problem is, people aren't in the mood to learn anything when they don't know where their next meal is coming from or where they'll sleep that night.
Right. Improving
Hey,
quality of
Yuri's
life
talking
is
about
first and
Maslow's
foremost.
hierarchy of needs.
Education can be built upon that. Sadly, none of this will be cheap. And the current war is doing a fine job of draining our coffers.
Yeah, that
Which
Laszlo.
means I need to end it as soon as possible.
So the main problem comes down to money, huh? In that case, why not make use of us? If you need funds, I can introduce you to a wealthy merchant or three. And if you need to get some dirty work done, I can lend you a few of my men. All we need in exchange is for you to provide us a little bit of support.
I'll not permit you to work evil in my name. And besides which, tales of how you and your band have eaten lords out of house and home are legend.
But you're a different matter entirely, Your Majesty. If we join forces, my dream is sure to be realized. I swear to never allow you to fall victim to any vile practices. You have my honest word on that.
And what is this dream of yours?
I'll tell you about it in due time.
Except
But
I
for now,
won't,
Your
because this
Majesty.
is our final support.
Yep.
Do you accept my proposal?
I will consider it. After spending time together, I've come to
I
want to
don't
trust
understand how so many people don't know what Dimitri
I promise
looks
it'll
like.
be the best
I
decision
don't
you
think
ever
there's
make.
anyone in this
But until
country
then,
who would choose
I'll
to dress
patiently
like
await
he
your
does,
reply.
plus how many people have super strength.
Everyone with the custom plate then.
Yeah, not inaccurate.
Alright. So, I guess we pick up with Bernie next time. Who gets Dorothea, Petra, Marianne, Happy. Well, we did Happy already, though.
Yep.
Alright.
So now that roughly half our streaming time is gone, actually literally half our streaming time is gone.
You know, as you do. Look, eventually we're gonna get through all of the sports, and then we won't have to do this anymore. Or we'll finish the game and still have supports left to do, and like the last two streams will be nothing but supports.
It's just supports.
Oops, all supports.
Welcome to Fire Emblem Oops All Supports Edition.
Alright. What were we... We just started the chapter, right? Because we literally... Wait.
No. But we'd done everything but the actual... Oh, you still have a thing to claim.
Wait, do I?
Yeah, directly
Oh.
up.
Well,
Strength Warriors. And we also still have...
The
those-
training and stuff.
Well, and those. We have...
Oh, well, those you do on your own. Screw me playing any of those.
Oh no, we do have Catherine now. You lied to me.
I didn't think we did!
Bio, don't let me forget we still have to do Catherine. Alright, well... let's go get the suffering one out of the way first.
Fuck, unsettling truth.
I've seen
I
this one so
I
many
hate
times.
this map
Ignatz
so
Victor
much.
reporting, Your Excellency.
I mean, I've also seen it like 1,000 times
Yes,
now.
yes, come in.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
I think you're supposed to say, forgive my
Bio,
intrusion.
you saw the two paralogs
Right,
pop up
yes.
last time, and then
Forgive
rather
me, Your
pointedly did everything in your power
Listen,
not to
Ignatz,
do them.
I may have a title now, but you and I are still
Specifically
friends as
this
we have always
one.
been. All this formality is starting
This
to make
one
my
is
skin crawl.
torture.
Please, just treat me the same as ever you have.
Oh, right. Of course. Anyway.
It's
What do you
actually
need?
not as bad as
You've
the
no doubt heard about the bandits who appeared in
Ashen
Gloucester,
Wolves
yes?
one in
The
terms
ones
of
who were
like, the
supposedly
mechanics
former
of the map,
mercenaries.
though.
They've been around for a while, right?
Agree to
Yes.
disagree.
My men
I've
have been searching
failed
for their base
this
for
map
some
a
time
few
now, and I
times.
believe they have finally located it.
And
I
I've
took
not
the
failed the
opportunity
Ashen
to look
Wolves
into the
map even
provenance of these
once.
bandits anew. It seems they were indeed a mercenary band, one in the employ of my
Actually, I
father.
think I'm thinking of the one...
I see.
I'm thinking of one that...
For some reason, they have abandoned
like-
the sellsword life and fallen into banditry.
But why would they do that?
It was...
I do not know. I attempted to discuss it with my father, but his only concern at present is finding me a proper spouse. When I ask, he evades me and changes the subject.
It was Constance
yes.
and...
That's quite the conundrum.
Oh, that might be on this
Regardless,
route
I
too,
cannot ignore
actually. I
these
think it was
bandits,
Constance
especially if
and
my father had something to
Marianne...
do with
Or
them.
no, Constance and...
Thusly, I have
Annie
decided
and
to deal
Mercy?
with them myself, and I was hoping you might join me.
That one is hell.
Of course. I'm a knight of House Gloucester, after all.
Good.
I guess it must have been
Oh,
this route.
and as it would
'cause
be a rather tall
it's the only
order
route
for the
you
two
get all
of us
three
to
of
take
them.
on a gang of
Well,
brigands
that
alone,
might not be
I
so
have called in
bad
some
with
additional support.
two actual players, though, because
Hey,
I can
I came
very
as soon as I could.
easily and comfortably
Just
play
once,
either
I wish
Trickster
one of my
Marianne or
acquaintances could split the
Grimoire
difference between absurd formality and dire
Mercedes.
Well,
nonchalance.
Marianne's not there, though.
I am a count now, you know.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Wait, so are we
it's
not friends
Shez,
because you're a
Annie,
count?
Mercy, and Constance.
Well,
what I
Mercy
meant to
and
say-
Constance, I can both
Look,
play
enough
pretty
with the titles.
comfortably.
I'm a busy woman,
As
so
a
let's get moving
Grimoire.
already.
I will have you know, a noble
I mean,
is
I could with
nothing
Annie
but a-
too, but she just makes
Never
sense to
mind.
have as an
I
dude.
asked you here because I
I
need
haven't
your
even
help
seen the
dealing
map
with
yet. I
bandits
already
in my
hate this
territory.
paralog. Yeah.
That's
the,
it?
The worst part about
Well,
this
sure.
one is
I'm happy to help.
because these three are recruited on every
It's easy.
single route,
I suppose
You have
it
to
does
play
this
it
indeed pay to have
paralog is
some true
on
friends in
every
one's corner.
single route.
The other thing about this
Sure does.
for me,
Besides,
in my opinion,
if just you and
about this
Ignat's trying to do
paralog
it,
that really
you're gonna get
sucks,
kicked into next move.
is there's
Have
a
you
lot
ever
of
considered
units
not saying the
that
first thing that
actively
pops
try
into
to
your head?
run and
The
flee
two
to
of
the
us could
escape.
easily handle this matter. I am simply
And
being
I
prudent.
don't level any of
Also,
these three
these are not
people
some
on any of my
run-of-the-mill ruffians,
playthroughs.
but rather highly
And
trained
if
former
any of them die,
mercenaries.
the paralog
Right,
fails.
the old
If any of
mercenary
them,
to bandit
like
career
if you let any of the
They have
fleeing
some connection
enemies
to my father
escape,
as well.
the paralog
So I would
fails.
like to uncover
So
what we can in
either
the process.
you assign your units to go try to kill them, in which case they get killed and then you fail, or
You got it,
you
boss.
have to try
If
and
you fight
run
and
to
win,
head off
I'm sure
all of
some
them
evil will turn up on your old man.
yourself, which
I am not certain I
doesn't
follow
work,
your
and then you
logic,
fail because
though
somebody
I suppose
escapes.
it would be the preferred outcome. Now
Or
then,
you
we
have
should
to
be
play
off.
the game
With my
of trying to
subjects in
keep the
peril, there is
units
not a moment to
healed
waste.
just enough
We will depart as soon as you are ready.
that
my
they
payment in
don't
meat,
get themselves killed on the
I shall tell
escaping
the kitchen
enemies,
to prepare a ham.
so that you can actually I hate this paralog.
It's bad. It's not a great paralog. Alright.
Like I said, in spite of my best efforts, I have failed this paralog a few times.
Alright, well, let's see what we got. How do I play this game again?
Let's see, Bio
Hear
says,
me well, you fellow brigands.
they hand you 4 people from Claude's group, and the paralog you get right afterwards has all of them, but the one who all of them, but the one who actually fucking matters.
Yeah.
Gloucester has no need of such dishonest trickery. If our foe is asleep, we kick out their pillow before the battle begins.
I mean, there's like some interesting lore that happens in this one, I guess, but like, when you've heard it
I
like
shall
8
not permit
times,
you to
it
wreak
ceases
any
to be
more
interesting.
havoc within my borders.
And also, we're gonna have the beepies, like, for super sure, because
I am more than capable
there's not
of holding my
anyone
own
here
against
that
this
is even remotely capable of healing. At least I have like 5 elixirs on me. Let's use those. I am going to miss that, like, running forward slash when I switch over. He does not get that. Or anything that's really...
Now that I think of it, we're near the place where Claude's grandfather met his end, aren't we?
Indeed, I think you are correct. Could this group
Come on,
perchance
give me
have
an
some
enemy to
connection to that
poke.
most unfortunate incident? You yourself are a former mercenary, yes? Pray point out everyone you recognize.
You do realize that not every mercenary knows each other, right?
Bullshit. All mercenaries know each other. These are idiots. You telling me you've never heard of the Grail mercenaries?
That is enough for the soldiers outside. Let us proceed to attacking the base. By the good name of Lawrence Hellman Gloucester.
Bio says, isn't this the same map where Cornelia fell over and died for seemingly no reason?
No, I don't believe we're in... I don't believe we're in Vargas.
somewhere else. Let's track them down.
Still improving.
See what you can accomplish
Dead.
when you eat right.
Now it is my turn.
Go just
There is
stall that
nothing
one
I
for me,
cannot
thank you.
do.
Ignat.
I think this will go well.
Go stall that one. Ignat, don't go stall that one. Raph. don't
All
stall that
right,
one.
here I go.
There we go, that's more even. You just need to stall long enough for me to get over there. That's literally all.
My mother and father died not too far from here. That was a long time ago now.
They were merchants, yes?
Where am I? Can't find me.
You're in the middle.
Not a
Okay,
problem.
I'm
I've got this.
up there. I'm up
Yeah.
farther than I thought I
They were
was.
traveling with the old Duke Regan and got attacked by monsters.
Lawrence, hurry the fuck up! You're on a horse! You.
During the period when my father employed these mercenaries, monster attacks were a rather common occurrence in this region. And these monsters took the
damn it.
lives of both the former Duke Regan and Raphael's.
Lawrence, the fuck, man?
He's not on a horse. He's just using a bow.
Yeah, he also took the most asinine possible path to get to that guy.
Yeah, welcome to why I hate this paralogue.
I've got it.
If we let these folks
Everybody go dogpile
they'll
that
just
guy.
cause more trouble somewhere else. Let's track them down.
Still improving.
Your efforts lift everyone's spirits. I, no exception, of course.
My mother and father died not too far from here. That was a long time
You.
ago now.
Oh my
They
god.
were merchants, yes?
Get in the suck hole. Thank you.
Yeah. They were traveling with the old Duke Regan who got attacked by monsters.
Virus. I see what it was. Two monsters land running parallel to one another in the bottom of the map. Just
During
looked
the
really
period when
similar
my
to
father
that.
Can't
employed these
fucking
mercenaries,
please
monster
change
attacks
the
were a
camera.
rather common
There.
occurrence
God
in this
damn.
region. And these monsters took the lives of both the former Duke Regan and Raphael's parents.
Here it comes! Out of the way! You're done!
Pay attention, Lawrence. If you keep staring off into space, some bandit's gonna run up and conk you on the head.
Yes, of course. I must focus on the battle at hand.
Yeah, stop being a dumbass, Lawrence. Like, this right here is the only actually hard part of this map.
And the next one or two enemies try to flee sections of the map.
Oh, this is really
All right, that should be all.
I've got it.
We can't get out the front. Let's cut around back.
There's something strange about the enemy's current movements. Perhaps they have another...
I've got this.
escape route in mind?
Yeah, excuse me.
How did that stronghold captain not get?
Game. What the fuck? Targeting. Targeting!
All right, here I go. There.
Ah, they're distracted.
They're
That
trying to
one's
get out the
dead.
back way. After them.
Yeah, no escape.
Can't see the map very well.
Here it comes!
Arnold's being the biggest asshole today. Yeah.
Yeah, as you do. Please, game, I swear.
It's funny how you're like a real knight now, Ignatz. You used to be so scrawny.
I think everyone looks scrawny compared to you, Raphael.
It's the movie.
I've got that.
Everybody go dogpile that guy. Thank you. I can't be bothered to deal with him myself. We'll keep an eye on the map and get people.
Okay, well.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go rack up kills.
Head back towards the middle though, because you're gonna hit
Not still standing when the
the
battle's over.
Viscum-esque things on the lower section, the 2 surprise bases.
I need to trigger the space first, though.
Yeah, but they're attacking the guy that...
They have no damage. They're just there to stall him. But those bases, I mean, I'm gonna have enough kills regardless. I don't have to farm. Wait, is there
You
not
have
a...
to go around.
Oh my god, so annoying. Oh, hold on. Not that I was actually worried about running out of durability, but I'm shaking sorry. Okay, please die. Thank you.
We almost had him.
We stopped them.
You could just teleport back to
You?
the central
The
camp.
Count?
It would save you running time.
Where's
Yeah,
your
but like
father,
they
you
haven't
little
spawned
brat?
yet, so there's plenty of time.
Retired.
Which is
I am the
fun.
Count of Gloucester now.
You don't say. Well, in that case, I'll have to take my revenge on you instead.
He seeks vengeance against my father. Whatever was driving these people?
Come
Oh,
on.
are they actually gonna make you do the green circles first?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either, but...
It doesn't matter at this point. I'm not going. Excuse me. Please die. Stop darting. Lawrence will be fine. Shut up, Lawrence. You can elixir. That's fine. Ignatz is here. Use its fucking elixir, Ignatz. I'm not saving your stupid ass.
I am troubled by this development.
Use your damn elixir.
But as the ruler of this domain, I must do my duty and eliminate these bandits.
There we go.
Bio also says 1200
This is
feels
awful.
kind of annoying
We
when they
have to do
also want you to
something.
constantly spin around at full speed to stop these guys from getting where they need to be.
Yeah, it's a super annoying map. Just in general.
There literally isn't a thing about this map I like. I hate literally everything about this map. To the point that I straight up don't do it on my new game
Absolutely
classes.
would not be running it.
Say, Raphael?
Keep quiet and fight, Ignatz. These guys are serious business.
Killed that guy. And just not bother.
boy, ballistas, the poor man's railgun.
That literally the only green blinking man left? Yes, it
Yes.
is. Alright, you guys go all dogpile that guy.
Accept your defeat.
I'll be there in a bit. Me and Arbol are just gonna come over here and have some beacon time. Hello. Have a black hole.
Enemy down.
You're really going for it. See what you can accomplish when you eat right?
That's right. Contrary to popular belief, I cannot run into this.
It would be awfully convenient if you could, though.
Not for lack of trying, mind you, but... Have you guys killed that dude yet? Come on, hurry up. Oh.
Jez, constantly using their swords to attempt to burrow their way through walls.
It sure looks like there should be a path here, but there's not. Up this way and then north? Yeah.
You traitorous nobles!
Oh, we're over time.
Tired of beating us up yet?
You claim my father betrayed you?
Used us and threw us away like trash he did. He tried to make us disappear so as to sweep it under the rug.
You're done.
Just kill me and be done with it already.
Yeah, we did.
That way it'll finally be over.
I would speak with you yet. I need to understand what has transpired here.
That should be a really simple map.
We won!
Meat party when we get home, and Lawrence is buying.
Yes
You
and
all
no,
go on
because
ahead.
think about how much
I
harder
must
that map
speak
would be
with the bandits
to
we
navigate on the little mini maps.
I've got the...
I'm...
How do those giant crossbows even hit you inside the enclosed fortress? They're just that good, man.
There you are, Lawrence. That took so long, I thought maybe that bandit general got you.
We had much to discuss, which I will share with all of you now.
Did you uncover the reason for their grudge against your father?
Indeed. As we suspected, they were once mercenaries in his employ. At first, they were used in the ways one might think, keeping villages safe, guarding the border, and so on. But one day, they were given a very strange order by a supposed envoy of my father.
Well, what was the order?
They were told to threaten any merchants heading toward Regan and force them to turn back.
Yeah, that's a weird one, all right.
The mercenaries felt the same and balked at the idea of raising their swords against unarmed merchants. Instead, they decided to chase a pack of wild monsters into the merchants' path and scare them that way.
Sounds like a good way to get everyone killed.
Indeed, you see the matter already. The plan worked, at first. Then one day they caught wind that merchants were approaching and loosed monsters on them per the established method. An ordinary group of merchants would have simply run away and lived. But one among this group drew his sword and began to fight. This was Lord Godfrey, who at the time held the title of Duke Regan. He fought valiantly, but ultimately in vain. Sadly, he perished along with the merchants he had hoped to protect.
There you are, Lawrence. Man, that took a while,
Merchants
didn't it?
that included
Yeah, I
Raphael's
know. I only
parents.
got an A+ for those missions
So
instead
the
of an
former
S.
Duke
You
Regan
get graded
and
by
Raphael's
these.
parents.
Chaz, Why? By
All
who?
died because
I
of your
don't know.
dad, Lawrence?
Yeah, right?
So it would seem. I
Hey,
am
Mar.
terribly sorry, Raphael. Please,
Oh, hi,
accept my
Mar.
apology in my father's stead.
Hey, knock it off. You didn't do anything wrong.
As it happens, my parents were meant to accompany Godfrey that day. But they had a scheduling conflict and recommended that Raphael's parents go instead, which means...
Not you too, Ignatz. Look, everybody. Kids aren't responsible for what their parents do.
Lawrence, do we know for sure that the order came from your father?
I was wondering the same thing. Your father was always protective of the nobility's reputation, and it seems strange he would do something so sneaky. And so anti-merchant besides.
Based on what the bandit said, I suspect it was someone from our house acting alone. By the time my father realized what was happening, the culprit had vanished, along with any hope of ever sussing out their true motives. Only the mercenaries remained, and my father had no choice but to punish them.
I bet they didn't care at all about what happened behind the scenes.
Why would they?
As far as they were concerned, their employer betrayed them.
But I don't get how any of this has to do with you right now, Lawrence.
A feudal lord is responsible for all that happens within their realm. Therefore, anything left unresolved by my father falls by necessity to me.
You stream at a reasonable time, 10
I
p.m.
would also like to pay appropriate
now it's
reparations
10:30.
to both you
Well,
and your family.
To be fair,
This
we
is fair
are
and
also
proper.
only streaming for another
But I don't need anything from
hour.
you. I can take care
Thereabouts.
of my family plenty well on my
Lawrence,
own.
why the fuck are you posing like that during a normal
Besides,
conversation?
I
Because
made my
he's
peace with
trying to
what
be a
happened to my folks a
JoJo.
long time ago. You can't change that now. All you can do is stir up a bunch of old, painful memories.
Yes, but still.
Look at his front-facing portrait.
But
He thinks
nothing.
he's a JoJo.
I'm done talking about this. I'll still take my reward for beating up the bandits, though. Meat party, remember? You promised me the finest ham in all the land. And just thinking about it's got me drooling.
This does not sit right with me. What should I do?
Less talk, more ham. And you better have enough for me and Ignatz, too.
Mead party, mead party, mead party.
Right.
Very well.
I refuse
In
to
that
give you any
case,
useful
I shall arrange
information.
for the
I just
finest
demand
spread
my
of meat
meat.
the world has ever seen. I stake House Gloucester's very reputation on it.
I suspect he's referencing JoJo's
Now that's the
Bizarre
right
Adventure.
thing to do.
Still
an
feels a
anime.
little weird to leave it like this.
JoJar.
I guess this is for the best.
You just watched Shrek on a Discord server? Huh. Oh, Mar wasn't asking who JoJo, like, what JoJo you were referencing. They were asking who you were calling JoJo. Or who you said was trying to be JoJo.
Doesn't
So
sit
is
right
it
with
true,
me. What should I
Catherine?
do? How about you
About
give
you and my
Raph
brother?
damn ham, Lawrence? You promised
Yes,
you would.
It's true. But are you sure you want to talk about this before your scouting mission?
I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't.
In that case, yes. I chose to hold to what I believed in, which meant he had to die. If you can't forgive me for it, then I stand ready for your challenge.
I have no right to judge you. I also betrayed people I cared about for my beliefs.
Besides, I'm still
And in
convinced
some
I'm the one that
cases,
killed
even
him.
led them to their deaths.
Fair enough. Now get going. And make sure you keep your emotions in check while on duty.
No, we're talking about his brother here.
Yes, ma'am.
His brother and Catherine were classmates at Garreg Mach, but then when his brother did that thing that, you know, made him a, like,
Hey there,
heretic,
Slowpoke.
Catherine was the
I
one that
think
cut
this
him
is
down,
everyone who's
even though
available
they
at
were,
the
like,
moment.
best friends.
Oh, and I've got some bad news. Looks like Imperial troops have surrounded Ash's scouting unit.
Sounds like they got wise to our plan.
Yeah, Lenato's actual son,
Either Ash slipped up,
who Ash
or we've got a
considered
spy
his
in
brother.
place. Still, they sent a pretty impressive force if they're just looking
That's
to
the
take
reason
out one
Lenato
more
was all
scout
mad at
party.
the church. It was because the church killed his
That's why
son.
we
No,
think
no,
their
he was
true
mad at
aim
the
lies
church for
elsewhere.
hiring Violet as a professor.
Maybe they're hoping to
But
take
yes,
out
that's the
Ash
actual
before moving on to our
reason
main
why
force.
Leonardo was butthurt towards the church.
Doubtful. While
Was
their
'cause
force
Catherine
is
killed his
larger
son.
than necessary for a single scouting unit, it's nowhere near large enough for a full-on assault.
Plus, they've already lost the element of surprise. No, I think they're coming after Ash. Apparently, some of the enemy's soldiers were flying the flag of House Gaspar.
I'm worried about Ash. What's left of House Gaspar probably thinks him a traitor.
Yeah, he won't be winning any popularity contests with that band anytime soon. You could be the most virtuous, upstanding knight in the land, and still be the embodiment of evil to whoever is on the other side.
Well, that's a fun thought.
We don't know much about the enemy, but there don't seem to be any generals of note among them. So here's the plan. We're all going to rush in there, grab Ash, and hightail it back out. Good? Good.
Already, my knights. You two make sure you're prepared too. If we aren't quick about this, we're all going to end up very dead.
It must be hard for Ash to fight against what remains of his old house.
If he's not ready to have people hate him, he should get out of the killing business. When you're alive and looking to stay that way, your interests inevitably butt up against someone else's.
This time he apparently just did it because he found a spider in
Ash
his
is
room
clearly
once
in a
and
tough
blamed
spot,
Rhea for
but
it
he's no
because he's an
fool.
ass.
And he's come too far to lay down his life now. I mean, he killed his own father figure in the name of justice. It'll take more than this to shake him.
You've got a lot of confidence in him.
Hate that word.
Hey, the guy came from nothing just like me. I can't help but root for him.
Rescue Ash. With Fortress Knight Yuri and at least Catherine's in a reasonable class. Oh my gosh, she's
Even using Thunderbrand. That's not canon.
Byleth hasn't been here to steal it yet.
We need to secure an escape route, but I think we should deal with Ash first.
Right. Who knows how much longer he can hold out. We need to break through the troops surrounding him as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Guys, because Shaz is right here and she is fresh out of mission. If you want to guard my Tekken black hole, I will just shank you with a fucking meteor from behind.
Lord Lenato would still draw breath.
I recognize all of these faces. No doubt they despise me for betraying Lenato.
Oh, cool. Catapults. Even though those are blatantly trebuchets. Excuse me, Gaspar and Militia. You're being very rude. Stop guarding and die. Thank you.
Things are due for this kid. I see why his brother always looked out for him. Ash, I'm coming to rescue you, so don't you dare die before I get there!
Huh? Was that Catherine? What do I do?
Not die until she gets there. She literally told you. Ash is in trouble. I know Ash is in trouble. You're pestering me about it. It's not going to make it go any faster. Dude has like 5 elixirs on his person. He can handle himself. Stop targeting useless fucking dickheads.
Too late.
I'm unstoppable.
You're the ace up our sleeve.
Okay, cool. Ash has been rescued.
Glad you're okay, Ash. Now come on, let's haul ourselves out of here.
I'm sorry for the trouble. Really.
Actually, not quite. Good, that means he can heal himself.
Nope, not getting through here. These folks are clearly trying to hurt us in a certain direction. And I don't see another choice.
Don't worry, kid. No trap in all of Fodling can hope to hold us.
Which evacuation point with Ash? Alright. Which evacuation point?
Renato would still be alive if I had just remained Lord who fought beside him.
Oh, sounded it's me. Where do you want me to go? That way. Okay, yeah, they close gates,
look,
whatever.
It's a trap.
I mean,
I'm so
actually,
surprised. Come on, let's kill these guys and get out of here.
Lord Lenato looks down on you with scorn, you ungrateful peasant!
And what? Ash was supposed to show his gratitude by dying alongside the guy? Come on. Ash, you did what you did because you thought it was right. So don't give in now.
Why, you little... I'm sorry, but I did what I thought was right.
Yeah, I took the thing. Now open the stupid gate. Oh, you're gonna make me go this way for some
Let's
reason?
keep moving. Well, a different way, because there's no getting through here.
Lots of enemies this way, too. Guess we've just gotta push through them.
We've no other choice. Keep up, Ash.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So I guess Yuri took Ash's confused ramblings about Tony's at face value. I suppose that makes sense since Yuri wasn't here at the time. Bio then follows like, yeah, I feel like you can make references a little bit much. If he hadn't adopted Ash, he wouldn't have been killed for his attempted attack on the church over something that wasn't Ash's fault to begin with. These people must really not understand how strong Jez is if they actually think Renato would be alive if Ash sided with him, given how easily Jez would have dumpstered both of them just as
Looking good,
easily.
Ash.
Yeah.
No match for me. Who is?
This is just the beginning.
I never doubted you for a second.
Those 388 seem to be more or less staying alive. I have no idea where they are at the moment, but it doesn't matter. Alright, we're here.
Our escape route's ready. All that's left is to take it out of here.
Let others say what they will. I've chosen my path.
Fine.
Okay, that was a lot more work than they're paying me for.
Don't go relaxing just yet. That tricky commander of theirs is still out there.
Easy though. I feel like there's not gonna be much longer.
Still improving.
I feel like I can do anything with you by my side.
Alright, where the hell's Ash? Where is Ash? Fury.
Then he's bottom middle of Fortress.
I'll do my best.
Ash, get your fucking ass
Let's
up here, you
move.
dumbass.
Couldn't hurt.
Oh dear. Appears my friend
Pallard 6?
the task.
Pallard, buddy.
He must be the one who incited this whole rebellion. He'll pay for that with his life.
Bio in all caps. Him.
Yeah, him. Pallard 6.
Also in all caps. Why is he here?
He wants to murder Ash because of reasons, and now he's deceased.
No, he's not. You know as well as I do he's gonna come back
Defeat
later.
Pallard 6. Yeah, he's
About
already,
that.
he's already dead, Gabe.
Why does nothing ever go as planned?
Main mission successful. Defeated Pallard 6.
And that's that. Come on, Ash. Let's go.
Thank you, everyone.
It's just Bio's surprise and outrage.
I mean, why would Pallard 6 not be here? Obviously. He and Leonardo got to be good friends in Turbo Hell, didn't they?
That's true, they did get to be very good friends in Turbo Hell.
Oh, that's why Leonardo was still a bad guy here. The people from Turbo Hell remembered the last game. Their brains didn't get reset by the time reset.
No, they just got thrown back into the realm of the living. It explains Cornelia, whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah, Cornelia.
Pallard 6... I swear Pallard 6 was in Super Hell.
Oh, that's right. No, he didn't actually get there. Ash screwed up. Yeah, Ash screwed up the kill. He was supposed to go to Turbo Hell, and then Ash screwed up.
Looks like we're safe. Though I have to say, we cut that way closer than I'm comfortable with.
You're telling me. I could have done without that wretched merchant riling
That's
up what was left
right.
of Gaspar.
Turbo
I'm
Hell
gonna need
was
hazard pay for that
Leonardo,
one.
Allie Lance,
I'm gonna
Costas,
send an
and
invoice later.
Cornelia.
Don't trouble His Majesty with such
And
things.
Hubert, I
Easy there,
think, but they
friend.
kicked him out. They wouldn't let
blowing
him be a
off
part
some
of the... I mean, they
Don't go
didn't
getting
exactly
your
let
honor in a
Cornelia be
twist.
part of
Well,
the
I am a knight, after
Turbo
all.
Hell Club
Though,
either. They
after
put her
fighting
in
those
jail
people from
for
House Gaspar,
just generally
I
being
wonder
too
if I'm
awful
even
even
worthy
for
of the
Turbo
station.
Hell, but...
Our entire job is killing people. It's what we do from sunup to sundown. You really think that line of work won't make you an enemy or three?
yes, you're right. And if I needed it, this was certainly a stark reminder. Leonardo once told me to hold true to my beliefs. So, I'll keep trusting my own sense of justice and walk the path I've chosen. There's no turning back now.
I do love Pallard 6 just showing up out of He shows up in every route, and it doesn't make any sense anytime. He's just like, Pallard 6 is here!
Now there's the Ash I know and love.
Thank you, friend. And
Wait,
thanks
did you
to
say
as
love?
well, Catherine.
I could never abandon an ally in need. Besides, I owe it to Kristoff to keep you alive.
So I probably should have asked this already, but who is Kristoff?
Ash's adoptive older brother, and Lord Lenato's true son.
As opposed to this faker
We
over
were
here.
classmates at the academy, and close friends. But when he got swept up in a conspiratorial plot, I had no choice but to put him to the sword.
This all sounds very complicated.
Specifically this sword.
It is.
It's called Thunderbrand,
But
and
you
it's
can't escape
mine.
your past. No one can. You, Ash, Yuri, we all have our baggage.
Well, what say we head back?
Bio. I wasn't
sure
really paying full
everyone is
attention
waiting
to
for
what
us.
has been going on towards the end while
Good
he was
idea.
running around waiting for Ash to show up.
The kingdom
But
will
my
need to
eyes
decide how to deal
snapped
with House
open the
Gaspar.
second I heard that voice
I
by
hope they can
Bitten.
find some measure of peace.
I mean,
Regardless,
when
I
you
intend to
suddenly
help
hear
them however I
Raven,
can.
like, obviously.
Must you? Whenever you do your best, it tends to make additional work for the rest of us.
Hooray for the old man!
Seriously,
Ouch.
Yuri, can't you just
I
agree
love
with me for
Yuri.
once?
What's wrong, Catherine?
No, nothing. Just thinking about the past is all.
Ah, we can't hold any more supplies? What a shame. Hey, lady that runs the supply shop, give me the supplies, which I will then immediately sell like half of.
Yep.
Because we're super full on, like, enhancement ore. I'm actually thinking of that. Hold on a sec, supply master. I'll be back momentarily. Blacksmith!
Hey there. Need something?
I would like to forge a weapon, please. We're gonna need this.
Is this it?
They're like ridiculously full on umbral steel. Do that.
Just repair it a bunch now.
God damn it! Stop it!
Or reforge it a bunch now. It won't actually make a difference.
Wait, can you do that in
Yeah,
advance?
you can.
Is this it?
I didn't realize that you could just do that. Oh yeah, how about that?
Is this it?
Need to get it to the point where it can go to
50 of
on-
50.
Yeah.
Is this it?
30. I didn't realize I could just
Is
do
this
this
it?
all in advance. I always did it a step at a time.
Yeah, no, you can do it all at
Is
once.
this it?
That makes this so much easier.
Yeah.
Is this
God.
it?
Why was I doing this the hard way?
I don't know. Why
Is
were
this
you
it?
doing this the hard way?
I think
I do it the hard way because I'm constantly out of money, but I've been aware you can do it that way the whole time.
How much is this gonna cost? Not nearly as much as I was expecting. That's only like 300 grand. Alright. Violet is ready to
Is
go.
this it?
At least,
You're welcome for saving you a shit ton of time.
at least weapon-wise, she's ready to go.
See you
And
around.
now we can get umbral steel, which is helpful. You.
Supplies are the
Let's see.
lifeblood of
I
any
can't
army.
believe we had to beat down Pallard 6 before they even threw Hubert at us for the second time so far.
I know, right? It's wild. Well, since I just got 800 resource. Alright. We're gonna trade smithing stones for umbral steel, because I just used a fuckload of it. For some more resources. Actually, we'll probably fine. How much umbral steel do I even have?
Like 800 something at this point.
850? I can get more. More resources, go to that, give me 900 of those. Trade those in for some umbral steels. And now we're at 974, that's close enough.
Everything has its use.
Alright, sweet. And nothing of value was lost, except for $300,000, but, you know, whatever.
Okay.
Here, I have a controller.
Yep, and I actually gotta sit up for this. I need to pay attention.
Sorry, what? I wasn't listening. Did you say? Alright. You... Oh, right! Training points and activity points.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for reminding me about those, Boa. At least the game did it for you. No, not facilities master. Chores master.
Care to make yourself
Hello,
useful?
we're here to volunteer. Ingrid and... Wait, who has stuff still? Somebody still needed, like... Marianne that still needed social links with somebody?
Yeah, she needs it with... I saw it.
Sadeth.
You can just put them on training together, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Anybody else that still needed, like...
Yuri might.
I think Yuri's done, because he's on every route. I'll check. Oh, yeah, Yuri needs some, for sure. Thatcher's good. Shamir
needs it.
Shamir needs some. Catherine probably, yeah, Catherine needs some. Raph. Not Dorothea. Probably not Marianne. Oh, Marianne needs very few. Lawrence needs some as well. Sedith and Flame and Catherine. Lawrence. Yeah. Thank you.
We all must do our share to make yourself useful.
Volunteer, careful horses against Marianne. Be the renown, thank you.
We all must do our share to make yourself useful.
I can't bring 2 to-dos.
To-do, come spend time with to-do.
I want to raise to-do's, social link with
We all
himself.
must do our share to make yourself useful.
It's for self-esteem purposes. We're working on building a healthier self-image.
We all must do our share to make yourself useful.
Volunteer, country, you're happy.
What did Ingrid do to get stuck dealing with Lorenz
all
on
must
stable
do our
duty
share to make yourself
exactly?
She was in a bad place in the line is what happened.
We all must do our share to make yourself useful.
Meanwhile, Flame got to spend time with the delight that is Gatekeeper.
It's okay, we made Felix and Dimitri
We
hang
all
out
must
too.
do our share to make yourself useful.
Poor Dimitri. You know, they try and make it out that, like, Felix is just Dimitri's best friend.
Do they
That
though?
that's not
I'm
to
pretty
do.
sure that's Sylvain.
But, like, the thing is, Felix is horrible to Dimitri. Constantly. Like, and Roderick sits there and goes, you're such a good friend to Dimitri. No, she's fucking not! You missed the part where he calls the king a bore
We
on a
all
regular
must do our fair
basis.
share.
Like,
Share to make yourself useful.
Volunteer. Document. Yeah, but
We
I
all must do our
routinely
fair
call
share
like
to make
some of my
yourself
best
useful.
friends jackasses. That doesn't
We
mean
all must
anything.
do our fair share.
yeah, but you don't do it with quite the same tone Felix does to
Training can be the
Dimitri.
difference between victory and defeat.
Bio, yeah, but Felix was right that one time, and therefore they're actually best friends.
True story.
I
That's
hope
how
I
that
can handle
works. No, you're not gonna be a Wyvern Lord. Thank you, though, Marianne. Appreciate you again. Hold on, did we ever visit Anna?
Training, you'll be
I
unstoppable.
don't think so. I don't think we bought our drugs.
We did not. I have not spoken to her. Anna!
Greetings.
Bring out the Empire.
Well, hello there.
Give me... not those. Give
Is
me
that the
that
one?
one Master Seal that you're willing to sell me. And then give me the drugs.
Is that the one?
And
Is that
the
the
other
one?
drugs. Thank you for los drogas.
Thanks a bunch.
Very, very helpful.
Who's the blue pip on the upper left of the map? Probably Arval.
Marianne, apparently.
Oh.
Must apologize. You finally have reinforcements, and yet you get me as their commander. If it bothers you, I can return to the Alliance.
Encourage the poor girl.
What?
What are you talking about? You've already come this far. We're all counting on you, so just do the best you can.
Yes.
Right. I'll try.
Tempting. Tempting. Tempting.
Bio. Wait, Marianne is the one who's actually in charge of the group Claude sent.
So it would appear.
Time to work you into shape.
Alright. You know Shamir needs some, like, social links.
She needs it with Happy. They're still let it be.
Yeah. We'll do Shamir and Happy. We'll do...
Well, Bio, I think, just found his reason for putting Marianne in more things.
Catherine and... Keeper, maybe?
Bio, the fuck game. You can't just say someone's important and then treat them like they don't exist.
I think you'll find they can. Case in point,
Marianne.
Alright. You and Seth.
Which to me is crazy because you'd think they'd give the characters that appear on every route, like, more conversations to have with people to, like, explain why they're recruitable and, you know...
You're being ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
How they slot in with the army that they've just joined in with.
Again, you're being ridiculous. Don't be
No,
ridiculous.
I'm thinking from a point of narrative strength instead of a narrative blind spot.
No, you're being ridiculous. Stop being ridiculous. Yes. Oh God, no! Hold on, new plan. Is there another plan? Shit, there's not another plan. Fine, just don't be a creeper. Let it be known I do this under protest. Yeah, Dimitri, go work with the dude, I guess. Alright. Nope. And go!
Bio Seth is watching very carefully from the sidelines.
Seth has mastered Armor Knight or whatever.
I'll remember this.
It's how you... I have yet... I'll take what
We'll work on Warrior. Anyway, back at it. Oh, Dimitri's just mastered.
Flane also mastered her thing.
How can I bet?
Oh, Dimitri must have just... Flane has mastered Fortress Knight. Alright, sweet. Go be a Wyvern Rider. Do your dad proud. Congratulations, you mastered being Warlock. Go learn to be Dark Mage. Thank you.
Fire says he wishes Seth did more than 3 hopes. He's just sort of there on all the routes.
He's not even there in most of the routes.
No, I think he means, like, in terms of his presence and things on the battlefield and the maps where he's an enemy, and in terms of his presence in this map, that he doesn't do a lot.
The dude just learned how to use fucking Ragnarok, I think. Okay, Marianne's just mastered the Wyvern class she's on.
Put this to...
I'll take what
Go work.
Fire, he just turns up to be an ally in blue and is then never mentioned again.
It's how you use...
Gatekeeper mastered whatever Gatekeeper was working on. Sniper, looks
Sniper,
like?
I think. Archer.
We'll go work on Brawler then.
I could use that.
Nice.
How? No.
Let's see. In Black Eagles and Deer, he's just there as a stage boss a few times. Bio says, anyway, I get that Claude's a smart dude, and therefore he'd see that Marianne is obviously the best one. The one best suited to being in charge of the group he sent. But the game should at least say why she's the one in charge instead of just throwing it out that she's actually in charge when it treats the other three like they matter but not her.
Training can be the difference between victory
and
and
yet here
defeat.
we are. Felix, go learn to be a wyvern rider.
I'll reach for.
Fantastic. Lawrence, you can learn to be Bow Knight, I guess.
An ideal.
Also, Alex says hi. Specifically to you.
Oh, cool. Hello.
My interest.
Learned how to be an armor boy on a horse. Blaine also learned how to be an armor on a horse.
A new me.
Just without the boy part. Shamir learns how to ride a feckin' dragon.
Technically, she just learns how to better ride a dragon. She already had ride a dragon unlocked.
Fantastic. Now we spent all of the
Training, you'll
points.
be unstoppable.
Also, we have new support conversations.
Let's see, Bio. How can this game say we were actually correct on so many things, but then be so impossibly wrong on so many of the things that actually matter?
I know, it's incredible.
Welcome. Nothing but the best for you.
Alright, cool. Thanks, Anna.
Thanks
See
a
ya.
bunch.
Yes, I know we have new support conversations. Here's the problem.
Of course, Blaine knows how to ride on dragons. Uncle Indek used to give her piggyback rides all the time back in the day. Worth remembering, Flane is also technically a dragon.
In the village reduced to ash.
I don't see Ash having
Our
turned into
first
the
push
houses,
into
or
enemy
houses having turned
territory,
into Ash clones.
and all we have to show for it is the charred remains of people's lives.
The neighboring village was plundered as well. There must have been Imperial soldiers stationed
Also,
nearby.
theoretically, Sedith is also a dragon.
What is it, Dimitri?
I don't understand. Why would they do this? Were they trying to stop us from retrieving supplies from these villages? Were they that adamant that we not establish a base here?
See, I would like to think that Sedith actually shows that off and people just don't
sense,
realize it. That when he's like
we
riding his
responsible for
dragon,
this?
that dragon is actually
Fiends
part of
oppressed
him. He's
this
just
region
transformed
heavily.
like
Setting it alight was no far step
his
beyond
junk
that.
into a dragon. Like he's partially transformed his junk into the dragon that he's now riding.
These people committed to deserve such
So he actually can't be dismounted
Right,
because
because he
is the mount.
dragon. Yeah.
Hard to say. I can get why they might want to burn the buildings down, but there's no reason to execute
Piggyback
all the
rides can be
villages
dangerous.
too.
Sedith would never allow that.
This isn't usually how the Empire does stuff. Sure, their methods have always been pretty rough, but never downright cruel like this.
Agreed. Perhaps this is the result of their failure at Aryan Road. This devastation, this blackened earth. Can this truly be the world she hopes to create?
Depends
I
if we're talking
suspect
about
Edelgard
crazy
is no more than a
Edelgard
mere puppet
or
now.
like
Slightly more rational
Or perhaps a
Edelgard.
victim of whatever befell Tomas.
I don't necessarily
just
think
be right.
Edelgard's ever not at least slightly
Urgent news,
crazy.
Your Majesty. The Western Church has launched a surprise attack on our rear flank.
I see. And what of our
But I do
losses?
think she reins it in better.
Minimal as of
Sometimes.
yet, but the enemy makes to join up with the Imperial army and strike again.
What's the call, Dimitri?
I'd like to push on, but it seems we will have to put that on hold for now. The Western Church comes first.
Crazy Edelgard or crazier Edelgard. Yeah. Main quest has changed. Uh-huh. So it's not over here anymore. Now it's over here. Let's try this again.
This isn't recruit Byleth yet.
No.
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 I don't have to be as concerned.
But why would the Western
We don't
Church
have
form an
all of
army
the...
now of all
Byleth
times?
is the last recruit, so...
I know they've had
And
many
I believe
disagreements
she's
with
also
the
chapter
Central
12,
Church over the years,
so we're on
but
chapter
that doesn't
10.
explain the timing.
We have to do 10 and
The
11.
answer may lie in the reports that some of
Because we're gonna
Cornelius'
get
associates have been seen
Balthus
among
here,
their
and then
ranks.
we're gonna get Constance.
Interesting. The Western Church infiltrated by the very foe we hope to strike down. An organization devoted to the salvation of all, overtaken by another dedicated to nothing but chaos. Now there's some irony.
I guess it depends on what happened when. But if the Western Church has been rubbing elbows with Cornelius' people this whole time...
It's like how they realize, or it's like
have
how
played a
there
role of
are
their
no
own in the
sane
tragedy of
versions of
Duscur.
Dimitri. Just Dimitri who
Indeed,
hasn't
I believe
realized
the
he's crazy
situation
yet,
holds
or
many
Dimitri who's just gone full on crazy.
Ones we may never have imagined until this very moment.
Tomas, Cornelia, Tallis? They've been pulling the strings this whole time. But what's that mean for me? My power is the exact same as theirs.
It's certainly a puzzle, yes. A quandary even I don't hold the answer to. Perhaps you're related somehow.
Yeah, they're my second cousins, twice removed
Though
on my
bearing
father's side.
similar abilities doesn't necessarily make you their kin. The good news is, some of them will be in this very battle. Perhaps you can seek out the truth yourself.
Bio, yeah, pardon me for not believing you, Arval.
Yeah, right. Man, why is everybody so sus of Arval? What did Arval do to deserve this? Persuade Balthus, build the citizenry, and ironclad defense. Sure. That sounds reasonable.
Alright, now make sure you press the Willow Can Play button.
Well, I gotta make sure that everything is here, because we're not bringing Catherine, are we? Where's Marianne?
I'll do
And
my
here.
best.
Also, I need to fix you. Wyvern Rider anymore, you are now on Sniper. Oh, with the Inexhaustible. Interesting. And we need to get you to Ash, right? So you want to be playing as Ash?
No.
I shall perform to my utmost.
I think I went blind for a second. Where the hell's Annette? Is she? Oh, that's why.
I can do this.
Yuri, Felix, Sylvain, Dimitri. There's a chest.
I'll Marianne, where did you get Bernie's first bow? Also, Bio says, oh neat, another person I barely know of.
Balthus, yeah. Alright, what's our 15 minutes, 1800 kills, 50% damage?
Okay.
I thought this was the West...
Hold that thought for a second.
Please, excuse me. I'll lend you my strength. I'll give it 1,000%. I'll back you up.
Oh, wait.
I'll give it 1,000%. We can do it.
Western Church's army. You wouldn't know it with all those outside forces. Imperial and otherwise.
We must help these people.
Hello, Punch Boy.
Focus on gaining territory.
Oh shit. You Punch Boy!
He is granting the local citizens an escape.
Now that I've gotten far enough back to be able to send a boomerang wind at your face, I feel much better.
Beat the assassin. Oh, well, he's down by you. So you got this. Seize the strongholds. Okay.
One stronghold secured. We must now capture another.
Kingdom's here already. Loot whatever you can.
Get a load of this guy here for the wrong
Hey,
job.
Balthus.
Who made him an Imperial General anyway?
Level up for someone, Annie.
I'm not stopping now.
It's tantamount to death for these people should these strongholds fall. We must keep them secure.
Speaking of the don't let the evacuation points fall.
I'm out of here for killing innocent people. Goes against the Merc Code.
It's too late to have morals now.
It's never too late to have morals, Metaday. Also, Metaday's here, by the way. Does anybody remember who Metaday is?
This isn't even Kingdom territory. What would embolden you to do such things?
I'll assist you.
You can have your dirty money back. Find someone else for this job.
Oh, Marianne.
I'm holding.
Shut up and do as you're told, Merc. Or enemies cut you to pieces with their
Right?
Man is one of the Ashen Wolves. Also, speaking of Ash.
I'll do my best.
Ash? Jess. Thank you.
We made it. Come on, we have to help the others.
Working on it, Annie. Calm down.
I'm with you. Now.
Door's closed from this side, Willow.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll be there in a second. Just needed to make sure the punch boy that was in my way couldn't actually hurt me from behind if I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you don't like getting punched in your backside?
No, not particularly.
Enemy down.
You're the ace up our sleeve.
Hey, isn't this that same map that we just did over on the Paralog?
It certainly looks a lot like it.
No, it is. It's the exact same map.
Okay.
Right. Open up the way for me to go do the Balthus thing now, thank you.
I think that's all of them. No matter what happens from here on out, we have to keep them safe.
We saved as many as we possibly could. Now we need to see them safely evacuated to the strongholds outside the fortress.
Open the gates. Guess I'll see when we see evacuation. I know.
Not on my watch. You fools will get what you deserve.
We have a squad of healers in reserve. They should be able to provide
Okay, I'll
aid
keep
to
tabs on the citizen on my side.
Please, heal them.
Please open the door!
I hope that grants us some peace of mind for a little while.
Citizen, would you please keep your freaking butt... Oh, there's the reinforcements. I was about to say, the reinforcements haven't even spawned. You can freaking hold still. Or you can keep moving, rather.
Hard to fight and keep your pride safe at the same time.
Here, it's me.
Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Let me out!
Undefeated grappler.
Ready to
Fantastic.
ballisti! Let's see them
Not
all
the
for the nice
ballisti.
parting gift! I got this.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Those ballisti are trouble.
Please stop interrupting. Oh my god, I know, you just spawned them. Thank you. I'm aware they exist.
Let me out of here, Metaday. I said I'm leaving.
And I say, you're going nowhere! You'll stay put and watch these idiots.
Bye, Yuri.
Is that a dissenter in their ranks? We should reach out to him before things escalate any further.
Yes, we should. Thank you.
You saved me! Thanks a
We've
bunch!
got those guys there, right?
Yeah.
We get headed towards Balthus then. We finally got the persuade thing. He's about to be available.
Yeah, the citizens will be fine. Tactical nuke plane is on it.
Tempting to aid in recruit Balthus.
You're letting them get away. I'm not done feasting on the fear in their eyes yet.
I need to beat the sniper. Citizens advancing again. Fantastic.
I should be able to manage this much.
Oh my god, open the door! I cannot aid and recruit Balthus if you don't open the fucking door! We might need to deal with the trebuchets. That might be part of the
Okay,
mission.
I'll go deal with the trebuchets. They aren't being guarded by punch boys, so they're not even remotely a problem.
I can look at the other one.
People should be safe in the strongholds for now, but we must keep defending them to the very end.
They've all escaped! It's time to finish this myself!
Yeah, good luck with that, Metaday.
Ah, perfect. The big bad's on the field now. Don't take your eyes off the strongholds, but this is our chance to take him down.
Aw, Sylvain watched Buffy.
I mean, everybody watched Buffy. Buffy was a
That
cultural
traitor
phenomenon.
merc still needs to be dealt with. Get him!
Okay, I'm heading down to deal with the ones in the base.
Well, let's deal with these assassins that are trying to murder Balthus.
Of course, they're heading in opposite fucking directions.
Created a safe path forward.
And of course, I went to the side with the punch boys first.
They're sheltering the evacuees.
Thanks for the rescue.
Also, I'm apparently out of
those jerks.
art usage.
We can make it worth your while.
Wow, you went too liberal with your usage, huh? Alright, Metaday's dead, by the way.
Do it now. Close the gates.
Now that the people are safe, press the enemy with no holds barred.
Wait. If there's money you want.
They say that as I was in the base fighting the enemies, and then it yeeted me out of the base.
Attack! Give them no quarter!
Also give them no $50 or dime.
We need to hurry and get the rest.
Oh, shut up with the beeping. Driving me nuts here, man. Alright. Everything is dead on this side.
Keep it up, everyone.
Looks like you've still got...
Nope.
Nope. Awesome.
Is that what passes for an Imperial General these days?
Ultimately, Metaday, you were no better than a stupid...
Oh, if it isn't what's the face. What was that?
Nice end.
Yes.
Liberator of humankind from the control of filthy vermin.
Good old what's his fuck.
So that guy's the brains behind all this? Don't let him get away.
I see where you're going. Don't let him get away, eh? Not a problem. Warp. Yes, don't let him retreat. I understand. You literally just, you didn't have to bring up a bot. You literally just said in the dialogue, don't let him get away. You really don't trust people to be paying attention to you. Hi, Myson.
Keep the people safe.
I've completely lost track of where I am on the map. This is a problem.
Now, together.
While I may have turned a blind eye to the Empire's brutality, this
Shit,
was
did I just disconnect my units? Oh no, I just dismounted Annie.
Doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure Metaday's dead.
I forget you can
Or
do
Myson.
that.
Yeah, Myson's dead. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Myson just died. Defeat those guys. Yeah, you should probably spawn those before you spawn the... Like, if you want us to actually do the side missions, you need to spawn them before you spawn the end boss.
Right?
Like...
Of course, then it's not a side mission. If
Well,
it's
it is
required
if
to
it's-
spawn the main
well,
guy.
No, you just make sure those side missions all start before the main guy comes in. So, like, you go, side mission, go do this. And then you bring up, hey, go kill Myson. So that you actually have a chance to, like, oh, hey, look.
I got
thanks.
hit by a punch boy when I wasn't paying attention. Yeah.
Lane took too much damage. Myson, that dude from the last map of houses. Yeah, him.
Yeah, the one with the really unfair spell.
Also, Meditate's here. You mean that guy who literally showed up, like, one time in houses, or at least I vaguely think he's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, pretty much.
I won't let myself stop.
Hey, I got MVP, though. It's probably because Flame took, like, 1,000% damage.
It's again, I got hit once by a punch, dude.
You clearly got hit more than once if we were down 57% of our total health.
But... Yeah,
Oh, hey,
those
Yuri
punch
mastered
boys,
Fortress Knight.
if I'm not paying attention and they touch flame, that stings.
Oh, we got a silver shield that I'm just gonna sell later. Cool, thanks.
But that's why I was going heavier on my arts, was I needed wind to push back on that first push on my side, because I ended up on the side with all the punch lads.
Yeah, Flame took one single punch to the jaw, like 10 seconds into the map, and lost 99%.
He's right. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but 99% of your health is not 57% of our total health total.
Yeah, before I realized my side of the map was punch boys and actually started paying attention.
Although, yes, Punch Boys will absolutely decimate Flame. Oh, hey, Balthus is here, and he's a Wyvern Rider, which is not what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a Punch Boy, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, realized they were punch boys, went, okay, so then realized the next thing I thought was punch boys, went, oh great, my half of the map is punch
Why do
boys.
you wield the power of Epimenides?
I don't know what that means, Myson.
Epimenides?
Tell me, where did you obtain it? Unless... his core...
Wait, do we actually get lore on this route for what the fuck's going on with Shez? Unlike all the other routes?
No.
Wait!
No, we don't.
I'm not sensing his presence anymore. Myson has
This
fled.
man is just babbling about a core. We don't even have a red gem in our forehead, so clearly we don't have any core, alright?
Afraid the same goes for me.
Even though you knew... No,
even if we did, we can't even handle the cores because we'd have ultra cancer.
no. Also,
It'd
Arval...
also go crazy.
Myson never introduced himself. Why do you know his name?
The power of empanadas, huh? Because Shez knew his name. Shez literally was like, Myson, where are you?
Actual fuck. Why do they know anybody's names?
Oh, let's try to stay positive.
No point worrying about it now, though. Whatever their deal is, I'm still gonna keep being me.
That's the spirit, and I have to
At
say,
least there's health
you've handled
gating in
this
this
power
game,
with
so you
some
didn't die to
serious
that single
aplomb
jaw
this
punch you
past
took.
few years.
Right.
If you ask me, I see no reason to start fearing it now. The strength I've given you has saved countless lives.
Power of
and you know it.
empanadas.
Don't you remember
Sweet,
what
delicious
Dimitri said?
empanadas.
Power itself
The sword
is
of the
neutral.
centaur, the
Good
power
or
of
evil comes from the one who
empanadas.
wields
Attacking
it.
people with baloney.
So I say you keep using it, both to protect your friends and to finally defeat the Ashen Demon.
Yeah, about that.
Yes, we will definitely defeat the Ashen Demon. That is for sure on our to-do list. 100%. We're not going to become super
Got
best
something
friends
on
with
your
the Ashen
mind?
Demon
You
instead.
seemed oh so distracted during your training today.
A bit, yeah. It's kind of hard to just move on after what Myson said to me.
About the power of empanadas.
Did Metade say his name or
you
something
mentioned
after
my
he showed
power
up during the
coming
map?
from
I
some
feel like
guy
you might
named
have. Yeah, maybe.
Epimenides? Part of me wonders if that's not somehow referring to you, Arval.
I can't say for sure. The whole no memories thing.
Bullshit.
Remember?
Yeah, boy, convenient that amnesia, isn't it?
Right. I guess neither of
I mean,
us really know
Sothis
the
pulled that
truth
shit
about
with us too, though,
ourselves.
to be fair.
And I don't care to. Not
Yeah,
now,
but
anyway.
it, for whatever reason, felt much
There's
more
an order all
believable
this should
from
be done in.
Sothis.
Priorities
Just
that
her
take hold.
lazy, laissez-faire attitude, especially at the
yourself
beginning
get
of the game. Like, I
distracted
could
by
picture
every
her
shiny
completely
new
forgetting
object
the
that comes
everything
along,
after a really
you'll never
long
reach your
nap.
goal.
Arval's just super shady about it the whole time.
exactly?
though.
Well, I mean,
Wait,
his name
don't
is an
tell me.
anagram of larva. I'm just saying.
Defeating the Ashen Demon. Everything starts from there.
No memories, huh?
You can
Sure,
think for
guy,
the rest
whatever
of
you
time
say.
if you want, but you'll never discover the truth with only the information you have now. Not to mention that ending that fiend is the best and only way to protect the new friends you adore so much.
Why did I read New Friends as the new idiots you adore?
Because that's what Arval meant.
His Majesty requests your presence. Lord Rodrigue has just arrived. They hope to discuss strategy.
Arval's like, hey, you should probably murder the Ashen Demon, by the way.
I'll be right over.
Why? Yeah, she killed me one time. I'm over it. Why aren't you? What is your damage,
Such
Arval?
concludes the report I received from my son. The Western Church's assault does not appear to have meaningfully hampered the kingdom's
Oh,
progress.
and a person that looks like she should be Claude's mom, but isn't.
We'd better make sure we
I
can
don't think Hilda looks like she should be Claude's mom.
It sounds like everyone's pulling their weight over there too.
You know that's not who
What
I
a
mean.
relief.
Well, she's the only other person on
But
screen.
Claude, what do you
Judith.
propose we
She
actually
wasn't on
do?
screen.
Crossing the Great Bridge of Murden will only land us square in
Like,
Berkeley's
she
territory.
looks like she should
Home
be
to the
Claude's mom.
Empire's
She's
Minister of
not.
Military
Yeah, but she was
Affairs
like best
himself.
friends with
But
Claude's
she is
mom.
best friends with Claude's mom. Huh?
I don't get
Is,
how we can
was.
invade the Empire.
No, Claude's
with
mom's still
couples
alive.
and a ton
Is she? I
of
thought she
people.
died.
No, she's just in Elmira.
We don't really invade. All we have to do is make it look like we will. I told Dimitri the
Claude's
same thing.
grandfather told everybody she died.
Remember, Garrick Mach is the actual prize here. If we get dragged into a mud fight,
But
deep
no,
in
Claude's
their
mom's
territory,
alive.
Pulling out won't be an option.
Pulling
the most
out won't be an
important
option.
thing is convincing them they need to
It's
keep
not
a
like the
nice
Ashen
big
Demon is
flock of
going to
troops
even
stationed
do
to
anything to
defend
Shez
Eastern
his friends
Front.
in the first place, Arval. I mean, it's not like they have Leone there.
How else? We use the many-headed snake.
Ah, yes, the many-headed snake.
Gross. I don't like the sound of this.
Don't worry, that's just the name of the strategy. It's an old trick they used to pull at East of Fodlan.
In Elmira.
Imagine our armies
Where I'm from.
snake, striking at a bunch
Did
of
I
different
mention I'm the
targets at
prince
once.
of fucking
One of.
Elmira, by
Not
the
just
way?
the Great Bridge of Murden.
One
but
of
the
the
other
princes
bridge
of
that spans
Elmira.
the Aramid too.
And at this point, narratively, we've
The second
murdered
the
my
Empire
oldest
starts trying to
brother.
sever any one head in particular,
they have.
we pull it back and redouble our efforts from the others.
That only happens on
A
Claude's
man
route.
as arrogant and brazen as our leader himself.
Well, they imply, though,
Is it
in some of
effective
the
one, to your
scenes
telling?
that Elmira's
At any
been,
rate,
or
my
rather
opinion
that
bears little weight in this
the
chamber.
Alliance has
I
been
leave the
fending
decision to
off
you.
Elmiran advances. That's
We need to
Sahid.
consider
I'm
all our
fairly
options here.
positive Claude's probably still murdered
If we
the
really
fuck
do
out of
reclaim
Sahid.
Garrick
I
Mach,
doubt it.
Fodlan will undoubtedly change. And when it does, our army needs the strength to greet whatever horizon awaits.
Especially the Zero Dawn variety. We definitely want to make sure we're ready to greet the Horizon Zero Dawn.
Azure Gleam.
Moon.
Reprisal.
Moon.
Lawrence's dad gets to have a portrait that doesn't look like garbage, but
Having
Lawrence is
repelled the
doomed to
forces
suffer.
of the
Well,
Western
Lawrence's
Church.
dad
His dad-
isn't a trash character.
Yeah, I was about to say Lawrence's dad is actually pretty cool.
Coordinated attack on the Empire.
Kinda love his dad,
Preparing to
actually.
assault a key Imperial position, the Kingdom Army uses northeastern Garrick territory. as a bridgehead to press further south.
So Bio, what are you gonna do with the whole extra day of creating meme
returns to
time
their
you
side.
have?
It's good to see you safely back, Rodrigue. I understand matters have begun to settle down in the West.
They have.
I like how Felix is an ass, but his dad is actually pretty cool.
But
Yeah,
I believe
exactly.
we finally
I mean,
excised the
what
foul
is
seed of
Lawrence
discord
if
from
not
us.
the
Alliance Felix?
Yeah, if not the
And
Felix
changes
of
at
the
top
Alliance
houses Gideon,
route.
Mateus, and Elidor should ensure it never takes root again.
So they're keeping their territories then? I would have expected us to remove them
Oh,
completely.
damn, I
after
thought
what
I
they
was gonna
did.
be a lord.
Such is easier said than done. Our prior situation with House Kleiman took time as well.
I'm just gonna put this
Yes.
down.
Replacing the head of a territory
It's
always
5:30.
brings dissenters crawling out of the woodwork to oppose it. Be they nobles or commoners.
At least now we won't have to worry about our land descending into chaos behind us. We can't just keep repeating the same mistakes.
Wanna bet?
I must say, though, I'm surprised this all went as smoothly as it did.
I did used to be
Felix
the
tripping
eminent
the
Duke
flags.
Fraldarius, remember?
Yep.
I have just a bit of experience with these things.
That's like uttering the Q word in a school or a
In
hospital.
any case, we must turn our gaze eastward. How's the Alliance holding up?
Q-U-I-E-T.
Oh, I thought you
According
meant
to
like
Gustav's report,
coronavirus.
Claude is holding out
No.
for the perfect opportunity to advance his army.
Q-U-I-E-T is a banned word in
Naturally,
schools
they
and
don't favor their
hospitals.
chances
For
in a
good
head-on
reason.
clash with the famed
You
Count
say it and suddenly all hell breaks
So,
loose.
for the time being, they
It's like
intend
how
to
the
feign
B
a
word is
deadlock and
banned
slowly
when
dwindle
Sarge
away
Allen
the
and I are
enemy
playing
forces.
Minecraft.
It seems
Oh,
the decision to
yeah.
reclaim the monastery is a
Or
shrewd one.
the
best
fact
path
that you're not allowed to refer to
I know
Macbeth
we're
the
slated to
play
advance on Hevering
in a
territory,
theater
but
by
shouldn't we
name.
hold off till the Alliance can
You
come
have to
help
call
us
it the
too?
Scottish tragedy because invoking
No.
the name of
On the
the
contrary.
play.
If we can show our individual might
Is bad
warrants
luck.
attention,
You can
the
name
Empire
the
will
you
have
can
no
talk
choice but
about
to
the
dispatch more
character by
troops
name,
west.
but you cannot talk about the play
which should
by
in turn
name.
ease the burden on the
That's
Alliance and their
cursed.
army. Claude and I agreed
Well,
to
it's
as
like
much.
wishing anybody good
The
luck
real question is
before they
whether
go
we
on
can even
stage is
trust
bad
him.
luck. You have
It's
to
impossible
literally
to
tell
tell
them
if
to
you
break
ask
their
me.
leg.
Yep.
If
But
anything,
serious
she might be
theater
trying to wear
snobs
us
are
down.
really, really,
Soften us up so we can
really
beat the stuffing out of us later.
genuinely afraid of the Macbeth
Oh
thing.
wow,
would do
even I
something like
would
that.
compare Felix
At
to
least
Lawrence.
not in the
That's just
midst
too
of
harsh
pursuing
even
the
for
same
Felix.
But you're right. Claude's tricky to pin down. You can never really tell what he's plotting.
Oh, you can never
believe we
tell
can
what
be too
Claude's
cautious here.
clodding.
We should consider every possibility.
Ew. Ew.
But if the Alliance does try anything, Gustav and the Knights of Seros should be more than enough to thwart their plans.
What are my plans?
For now, though, we march on. Ready your units.
Yes, all of them. Ready them. Make your units ready.
So, we finally
Especially
take
you,
on the Empire in
Marianne.
earnest.
Make sure all of the people we got from the Alliance are ready.
Marianne, get fucking Lawrence in line. Thanks. Lawrence cannot be taking her being in charge well.
No, I'm sure he isn't.
You could say you can never tell what Claude is clodding. Eloise, what the hell are you here?
Speak of your emotions.
He's got a point. I mean, she's your stepsister. Anyone would hesitate to cut down their own family.
She is an old friend as well. Though I doubt she has any recollection of it now. Rodrigue, do you truly think my hand will waver? I,
Yes.
who cleaved my own uncle's head from his shoulders?
Well, that's how you got stabbed in the chest at the end of the Blue Lions route.
Yes.
was you-
Also, you weren't romantically interested in your uncle. It's pretty heavily implied you had it bad for Edelgard.
At least when you were like
At least when
9.
you were
Wars
kids.
of our own volition, sending
Like,
countless innocent lives
presumably,
to the feet of the
Dimitri,
gods.
you never wanted to bone your uncle.
However
I'm
noble
sure she
one's
barely even
reasoning
remembered
may
that
be,
stupid
a
knife
deed
you
like
gave her
that
all that
cannot
time
go
back, Dimitri.
unpunished. And if she refuses to yield, then
Well,
as
she
a
doesn't
king,
remember Dimitri gave it
one
to her.
seeking revenge at that, I will take her life.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Oh, that reminds me. I meant to give you this earlier.
Actually, it kind of is implied, like, at one point in this game that she doesn't remember that it was Dimitri that gave her the knife.
Inquiry of Viscount Elidor.
From my stepmother.
I hope you'll forgive the intrusion, but I have already examined its contents. The letter contains no new information of note. That said, I expect you'll find the subject matter quite disturbing indeed, Your Majesty.
I see. I will read it later then.
Oh, Dimitri. Have you read that letter from your stepmom yet?
Yes, I have.
It was most disturbing indeed.
It was a missive requesting the then Viscount Elidor's cooperation in her conspiracy against my father. She claimed he would have much to gain from the king's elimination, all while shrewdly expressing sympathy with his objections to the reforms. I had it investigated for signs of forgery as a precaution.
Sorry, but I already looked in the letter, Your Majesty. There's nothing new in
search
here, but
returned
boy,
to
is it fucked up.
The letter is authentic.
Meaning your stepmom was a willing participant in the tragedy of Dusker. She sent so many to die, and would have done the same to her own stepson if all had gone according to plan.
All out of the desire to see her daughter again. Or so Cornelius said. The wretch's words deserve little weight. But I believe she spoke true. In every memory I hold of my stepmother, she was always looking past me. As if the one she truly cared for was somewhere else entirely.
That's horrible. I never knew my real mom, but the woman who adopted me loved me with all her heart. That's how it should be.
It was horrible, yes. But what of it? There is no guarantee a parent will come to love their child.
Dark, but
not inaccurate.
Not inaccurate.
Being faced with such plain evidence of her crimes is a difficult thing to come to terms with. I had once thought her among those I would avenge. Yet now she lies squarely in the path of my fury.
Pretty heavy stuff, yeah.
It's okay. If fan theories can be believed, you probably killed her not that long ago, actually, Dimitri.
Huh? Guess that's what 3 years together will do.
Isn't that one of the predominant fan theories, is that Cornelia is actually...
That was my theory. I don't know if anybody else ascribes to it, but that was my theory.
And yeah, I know you said you trust me, but I'm not so sure I even trust myself anymore. I just can't stand not knowing the truth. Who am I, really?
You're Shez.
No matter what answer
Shez, no last name.
I will continue to place my trust in you.
Unlike Byleth
changed.
What if I transform
whatever the hell her last name is supposed
Eisner.
to be. Yeah, that.
I would do whatever I must to restrain
Bio says, I'm sorry to hear that, Dimitri. But you know how it is. Parents be awful. Except my mom. She was great.
It helps no one to utter such words.
It's fine. If nothing else, the threat of death is good motivation for me to get this power under control.
Have you lost your mind? It almost sounds like you'd be okay with him killing you.
You can't let him kill you until you kill the Ashen Demon.
But if it was between that and killing a friend, I know which one I'd pick.
Yeah, remember that in a few maps, Keishes.
Yeah, right? Meanwhile, over there...
In Over There Landia.
Well, I think we're in Adrestia, right?
Yes, we are in Adrestia.
Battle suggestions! Alright, who's getting free points today?
What about this?
Annie and Mercy.
What do you think of
There we
this?
go. Eliminate the need for ingredients when cooking. I mean, it's not actually very... It's not very useful, but it's more useful than either of the other two.
Yep.
Considering I've already expanded the everything. Although I guess that's free smithing stones, but like...
Now then.
How? Literally how? We're just replacing it all with delicious fishy oils.
Mercy's just casting heal on everyone so they can serve literal poison.
Yeah, right? Alright, so this is where we save up for now. Yes, we do have supports to view. However, here's the thing. These supports are technically all actually spoilers because we haven't seen the earlier ones yet. So we're not going to touch those until we get through the backlog.
Here you go, everyone. Today's special is a nice bowl of nothing soup.
It's good for you, nutritious, you know, doesn't fatten you up or anything.
It's just water.
We made today's dish out of Imaginarium. It's a very rare spice. Comes from Fakelandia. Anyway, until tomorrow when I'm just doing farming.
And I may or may not get
Willow,
in chat depending on how...
And Willow may or may not be present in any capacity.
I mean, I suppose I could... If you hang out in Discord, I could always potentially at least join you in voice.
We will call it here, so...
And we could just kind of talk about whatever, but...
Until then...
We'll catch you guys later.